Welcome to the National Stadium for match day number 5 in the NLA GPL T20. We are set for match number 9, St. Mark versus St. John. It is the West Coast Derby. All-important encounter for both teams, who currently sits at the bottom of the table without a win to their name. They'll be looking for their first points today and an all-important victory to improve their prospects and advance into the knockout stage of the tournament. We can tell you that the toss was won by St. John, and they've decided to bowl first. And currently St. Mark batting in the first over, one without loss. We're just going to run through the squads quickly for you. For St. Mark, the playing 11: Micah Narain, Shion Andrew, Nyron Belfon, Ronald Etienne, Kervin Gangadine, Stephen Granger, Clifford Mack, Kimani Milius, Sunil Narain, and Ronald Williams.
Hey, good morning, Kerry, and morning, listeners, wherever you are hearing us, following us this morning. St. John's, Anthony Antoine, captain. Oscar Barry, Alex Blackett, Nick Ashton, Mishak Ronnie Granger, Alvin Ramnott, Isaiah Simon, Jonathan Taylor, Dwight Wildman, Stephen Francis, and Larry Edwards.
Yes, currently as we see the emergence of the Windwards Volcanoes players, those who went to Antigua to participate in the West Indies CWI Super 50, they're making their entrance to the tournament from this stage. As we see a delivery shot and close to the batsman, looked to got the outer edge of the bat towards the vacant third man area, where Wildman, who is in goal, he had to run around to do the fielding. And Crony, kind of a bit surprising in this form of cricket that there is no third man fielder in place.
Yeah,
which is
very
normally
interesting.
a busy action area.
You're certainly right, but a slow delivery bowled by Taylor, and the batsman playing it down to that third man and was able to pick up 2 runs. But really, you want to know that you have a third man, particularly for the fast bowlers, for the open over.
Yeah, well, it's a short third man, Oski Barry, in that position. He's actually inside of the 30-yard circle as another delivery to Crooney, as we see. Taylor looking to keep the ball close to the batsman, and 2 deliveries jacking back into the left-handed Shion Andrew, and he had a little bit of challenge to play that one.
Yeah, good delivery by Taylor. Seemed to be just hitting that spot there and getting the ball to come back in, and it took the inside edge and went down to a long leg position. But good bowling, as you said. He's really making every effort to keep the ball up to the bat. St. John's winning the toss and feeling. St. Mark's 4 without loss. We're still in the first over.
Yes, and it should be an improved sort of performance. We should expect an improved performance from a beautiful delivery there from Jonathan Taylor. Kimani Milius, he wasn't know what to do, whether to come forward or go back, but a beautifully pitched, good length delivery there, just probably angled away from the batsman after pitching, and certainly encouraging start from Jonathan Taylor earlier.
Yeah, superb delivery, and this is the kind of line you want to bowl, just off stump there and getting the ball to lift and to leave the right-handed batsman, and beautiful delivery there, and that beat the batsman, and the keeper, they just seem struggling a bit just to hold that ball, but a really good delivery, and really has been a good over by Taylor. We have seen Taylor play in the first game, and he came on probably late in the inning, probably second, third change. But today we see him using new ball, and certainly it's an encouraging over that he bowled first up.
Yes, St. John's, there should be an improved unit. Just the inclusion of Larry Edwards certainly lift their standard a bit, as you see a change of bowling. It looks like it's that Alvin Ramnott, who was quite successful. Yes, that's Ramnott, and with number 5 on his back. He picked up 2 wickets in his previous matches against St. George's, 2 for 23 in his 4 overs. He bowled really well, and they've decided to open with spin, so it should be an interesting prospect here early on at the National Stadium. Oh my goodness, and an almighty heave from Shion Andrews, missed the stump, the keeper missed it, and goes into the boundary for 4 vibes, but certainly an interesting start there to the over from Ramnott. The ball missed the bat, missed the stumps, missed the keeper, 4 byes.
Yeah, a very interesting start there. as Andrew just looking to swing the ball somewhere over long and strange shot. First delivery from Ramnat coming from that sudden end, and really didn't even take time to look and see what he was bowling, but tried to swing there, missed it, and the keeper also missed that one and it went down to the boundary for 4 byes.
Yes,
Interesting shot.
Yes, and Ramnot is one who bowls the ball wicket to wicket, so the batsman would be asked to look to play the ball a bit more. Would be asked to watch the ball a bit closer. He doesn't turn much, especially with the new hard wide ball. It will just pitch and maybe skid on a bit, and with that delivery, he see him playing a bit more circumspect and pushing it down the ground, which was probably advisable to do in the first delivery.
Yes, this is what we expected him facing the first ball, just to give himself time to see what is happening. But looking to swing somewhere over long on. But play that second delivery well as he pushed it down to long off and picked up a single. But again, we do have beautiful conditions. We had a little sprinkling, maybe just about half an hour before the game, but certainly the conditions are splendid.
Oh, it's quite beautiful here at the National Stadium. It's like some overcast as we see Milius swings that one from the line of mid-stump over the square leg region for 4. So Milius, he gets his first boundary of the inning, and St. Mark's, they push to 13 without loss in over number 2.
Yeah, ball going on leg side, pitched up, and he whipped it over square leg. And that position being vacant, it just went down to the boundary for 4 ball. Good positive shot by Milius, and it's a player that we expect certainly to really up the tempo in terms of his batting. Having played at the highest level, we expect to see him really perform here today.
Yes, as Milius, another good delivery. Just a short at this time from Ramnot. Milius on the back foot plays it towards Taylor, who is in the mid-wicket position. So they crosses over for a single. And I think St. Mark would be really depending or banking a lot on Milius to get a big score, because as we said, the batting has struggled. I think they have 2 so far, 97 or 98 in the tournament. Their total batting card. So they'll be looking for that extra quality in the batting lineup to help push them up to about 130, 140. And Kearney St. John seems to again today, third game in a row, 3 different captains. They're probably looking for the right person to lead the squad at the moment.
Yeah. At the end of over again, we see Andrew there just looking to be, I think, really aggressive. Even though the delivery is not there for it, but again he was looking again to hit it in that area over long on, but just get it on the ground, went down to long on, and he picked up another single. As the over is now completed, as this one is played on the onside by Milius. So at the end of that over, 4 overs being bowled. St. Mark's, who was sent in to bat, they are 15 without loss. So pretty comfortable start by St. Mark's batting. As you said before, with the entry of Milius, we're really going to boost their batting. And hopefully we are going to see a match probably a bit more competitive. Larry Edwards playing for St. John obviously will add quite a bit in terms of the bowling and probably the batting, because he do show that he have the ability to bat. So we expect the level will probably just lift just a bit in this game.
Taylor, another, this one is sprays it outside the line of the off stump, probably looking for just that little bit extra yard of pace. And the umpire, the standing umpire today, the one at the standing umpire currently, Sean Manwaring, with him is Rupert Holas. So he signaled the wide, so Taylor would have to get back to look to bowl the first legitimate delivery in the over. And currently so far in the tournaments, the 2 teams engage in battle to the bottom of the standing, St. John's and St. Mark. Beautiful delivery from Taylor. Big appeal for LBW, and he goes. Jonathan Taylor, he strikes early. A delivery just pitched on middle stump, moving across the left-handed batsman. Shion Andrew, his feet was planted. He just fiddled behind it, got a thick edge, and after 2 or 3 attempts by the keeper, he held onto it. Certainly the start that St. John will want. Shion Andrew, the leading run scorer for St. Mark so far in the tournament. He goes. As we see Crony, the ball is going one way, his foot is going in the opposite direction. Certainly not the best technique to handle some good bowling early up here at the National Stadium.
Yeah, superb delivery by Taylor. Pitch, I would think somewhere around the middle stump. As we look at the replay here, just somewhere around the middle and leg stump, and really moved across the left-handed batsman, but he was really not in the right position, and took the edge, and the wicketkeeper taking this one. So St. John striking very early, picking up the first wicket. Good delivery. We have seen the first over by Taylor. We've seen him bring the ball into the left-handed batsman, and this one actually moved away, and really it was a beautiful delivery. And St. John's will be happy that it was striked early.
Jonathan Taylor, the player from St. Andrew, representing St. John, and it's so good that when we get Crony, we can have these players representing different parishes. Some may not be able to get into the parish of their birth or residence, but certainly Taylor, an excellent quality fast bowler, is able to show his skills at a national level for St. John, and it's certainly encouraging signs for the youngster, and we only hope that he can just continue to bowl good and to show St. Andrew that, hey, you probably made a mistake by leaving me out of your squad.
Good delivery.
Beautiful
delivery. The gloves comes up.
Big appeal, and the batsman is walking. Actually, the batsman is walking, and now the umpire, he signals it. So Taylor his tail is up early here at the National Stadium. The first dismissal, one which pitched and left the batsman, but that one, Crony, it was at the batsman, short delivery at the batsman, got the gloves, and Stephen Granger, his stay at the crease lasts only one delivery. St. Mark, they're 16 for 2 in over number 3.
Yeah, what a superb delivery as we look at the replay. Ball cutting back into the batsman, and really, I probably should have just dropped the wrist and allowed this one to go through. But I think he was guilty there of trying to play that lifting delivery, and somewhat took the gloves, and the keeper again picking up his second catch, and Taylor once again striking 16 for 2 in the third over. Taylor in his second over, and St. Mark's really is on the back foot as St. John is making some inroads.
As we see straight into the middle, the veteran and one of the senior statesmen in the squad, Ronald Etienne, he comes in a precarious position, losing 2 wickets in 2 balls in the third over, 16 for 2, and they will depend a lot now on Mike and Ronald Etienne and Kimani Milias to steady the ship a bit and to keep the dangerous Jonathan Taylor at bay. At the moment, he's on a hat-trick, and he'll certainly love to put his name in the history books as the first bowler in the NLA GPL T20 to pick up a hat-trick.
Yeah, well, the good thing of ATN just joining Milius, and I think there's where the batting really would be this pair.
Oh, he scores! Oh, he dropped it! Did he drop it or did he drop short? Got the edge, and the fielders, oh my goodness, it looks like Crony got in. And as the fielder fell to the ground, his elbow knocked the ground and the ball spilled out. And the opportunity goes up begging. Yes, he collected it. No, he didn't collect it at all. Poor effort there from the big man, Oski Barry. The hat-trick opportunity denied for Jonathan Taylor. And certainly outstanding bowling from the youngster. That one was pitched up, got the edge, flew to Oski Barry, make it a gully position. And the opportunity for a hat-trick goes begging for St. John.
Yeah, a bad miss there by Barry, feeling in that position. I think it was a straightforward catch. I think it went at good height, and all he had to do was accept it, and he really dropped that catch. Very important wicket there. We know the ability of Etienne, and really that would have been a big blow for St. John's.
Oh, certainly, and they have certainly started on the right foot. They may be considered the underdogs in the encounter, but they've certainly punched hard, and they've punched early by removing those 2 wickets and good bowling so far from the opening bowlers.
Well, just to look at a point standing, St. George's has played 3 games. They won all 3. St. Andrews 3 games. They won 2, lost 1. St. David's 3, won 2, lost 1. St. Patrick's 3.
As ATN advances, but Taylor rushes him a bit, looking to flick, but the ball was on him a bit quicker than he expected, and Taylor is certainly at the top of his game here in this second over.
Yeah, just to continue, St. David's played 3 games. They won 2, lost 1. St. Patrick's 3 games. won 1, lost 2. St. Mark's and St. John's have each played 2 games. They're yet to get off the mark, so somebody will be getting off the mark today. And I think either of these teams, they would want to make sure that they are able to gain some points today.
Very much important encounter, the West Coast Derby. A beautiful delivery on the line of the middle stump, flick through mid-wicket. The batsman, they crosses for 2. So ATN is off the mark as 2 more runs to St. Mark, and they're 18 for 2 after 3 overs. Certainly an outstanding over from Jonathan Taylor, one in which she should have picked up a hat-trick.
Yeah, beautiful over by Taylor. He kept the ball up to the bat, really rushed the batsman as we saw the beauty that Andrew got, and then ATN first delivery really should have been picked up in a sort of gully position. Straightforward catch went in and went out, but really he has been bowling really well his 2 overs. It kept things pretty tight and troubled both of the batsmen.
Yes, good stuff there from Jonathan Taylor. Good start to the team. So far he has 2 for 7 from 2 overs. Ramnot continues. He's 1 from 7 of his solitary over. None for 7 of his solitary overs. And they still have the likes of Isaiah Simon and Larry Edward, two more spinners in the attack. And Crony, certainly the bowling stock certainly looks improved from the St. John perspective.
Yes, I think the start they had have been very encouraging. I think the difference here with Taylor using a new ball really created an impact, picking up those 2 wickets.
As we see, Milius comes forward. The live wire is a Simon in the square cover region. Does the field?
Yeah, that's Simon.
Certainly, Crony, one that cannot be missed on the field, not only for his side, but the amount of energy he puts out in the field. Oh, and Milius fiddles at one, which passes outside the off stump. And Milius certainly is not having it all easy, though he's a professional player coming down to play at this level. But St. John's, trying to make it as difficult as possible for him to score.
Yes, and no matter what, it take one delivery. We see the keeper again struggling, not holding that delivery as it went into the gloves and went out. Ramnot in the second game, he had 2 for 23 in his first game, so did bowl very well, and he continues good line as the border play to Gully. He bowled in his first game 4 overs. He had 2 for 23, so really and actually bowled from that southern end.
Yes.
In the previous game.
Good success, 2 for 23 against St. George's. So as we see, Milius gets back and hikes that over the backward point position. 1 bunks into the boundary for 4, just a little bit shorter from Ramnot and a little bit of width.
Yeah, a short delivery and really was given a treatment. I think he pulled this one down a bit, and Milius was able to get on right and hit it over a point, a square cover, and it went down to the boundary for 4.
Yes.
One of the few bad deliveries. Ramnot to the board.
As Ramnot continues. And Milius advances. Gets the outside edge. Is that outside edge, or we'll wait for the replay and the signal for 4? So that means he had gotten the outside edge, probably a missed opportunity for dismissal there.
Yes, strange shot again by Milius. Again, somewhat beaten as he was looking to play it on somewhere on the onside. Took the outside edge and went very close to the keeper. Would have been difficult, probably with a slip in place.
Yes.
You know, probably would have gone straight in. But again, good bowling by Ramnot.
Certainly encouraging from the elder statesman in the St. John's unit. Milius swings that one off the legs, and that's 4 more runs. So the third 4 in the over. Another badly lined delivery. Pitch on and about middle, angling down the leg side, and all Milius had to do was just help it over the field at the short fine leg position. 4 more to Milius. He moves to 18, and St. Mark 30 for 2 after 4 overs.
Yeah, ball slanting down the leg side, and he got in and just swing it over backward square. Safe shot, playing with the turn, and went down to the boundary for 4.
Yes.
30 for 2. We have 4 overs being bowled. St. Mark's batting 30 for 2. And
As we see a change of bowling, it's going to be Larry Edward, who would have bowled very well for the Windwards in the CWI Super 50. Taylor, would you have been tempted, Crony, to give Taylor just one more over, knowing the trouble that you would have probably had Ronald Etienne and the other thing?
Yeah, I definitely would have given him another over. Looking at the wicket this morning, Kerry wicket looked good, but one got the impression that the fast bowler should be able to get something out of it, and we saw the 2 overs bowled by Taylor. They really got something out of it. I would have given the opportunity. Breaking this partnership is key.
Yes.
And if you would have picked up maybe a wicket here, I think they would have been.
Oh my goodness! And that could be a 6. Yes, it is 6. Crosses the ropes. Etienne just helped himself to a delivery, pitched up on the line of middle stump, whipped it over mid-wicket where the fielder there, that is Dwight Wildman, he was settling himself, but the wind, hitting with the wind, carried it over the rope. 6 runs to Etienne.
Yeah, brave shot, but he timed it well as he clipped it over mid-wicket and went down to the boundary for 6. Now he hit this one down to backward point for 4. Short delivery by Edwards. And again, this one, you're asking for the treatment, and Etienne was back and hit it down to backward point with a great deal of confidence, a great deal of assurance, and it raced across the top of 4.
Yeah, this time he tried to overcompensate by dragging it down a bit shorter and faster. Etienne back into his crease, cut well, 4 runs. So he's certainly liking all the proceedings. 6 and 4 of the first 2 deliveries of the Windward Volcano player.
It's 40 for 2. Etienne
goes downtown and he's out. Certainly a loose shot there from Ronald Etienne. 6 and 4, and Larry Edwards brings out the celebration and has a word with Etienne as he goes out off the ground. And certainly a loose shot from Ronald Etienne. Certainly more was expected from him. He got 6 and 4 of the first 2. Ball pitched up, went downtown, didn't hit it that well, and excellent catch running in there from the boundary. The fielder is excited. Alex Blackhead completes the catch, and Ronald Etienne, he goes 3rd wicket down for St. Mark's, 40 for 3, over number 5.
Yeah, he will be disappointed with that shot, Etienne. I think he didn't show the sort of maturity as we look at the replay there. It was not a bad delivery, and he really stretched and trying to hit it over the top, but it went down to long on, which was long on, and an easy catch was taken. But in the over, we saw him play the first shot that he hit over mid-wicket for 6. And I said before, it was a brave shot. He timed it well, and it just went over the boundary. The fielder was settling on the mid-wicket boundary and just went over, I said, for 6. And, one would have thought that we will check. We check in terms of his stroke play. Then he got a bad delivery, hit down to backward point. 10 in the over. This one, he reaching for it again, maybe trying to go for a next 6. I thought that it was bad judgment in terms of his selection there, and the fielder at mid-on picking up a simple catch. So really, he didn't haven't given a chance before he scored. I don't think that he really would have think seriously about trying to make things work. And there he hit down to long on and.
Yeah, I think he got carried away coming up against Larry Edward. He probably feel that he wanted to attack the Windwards Volcano player. Just remember too, Edward is a professional player, so he has a lot of smarts up his tricks up his sleeve. That one, he didn't really show it up as much as he threw the first delivery, and Etienne had to reach for it, as you said, and offered a simple catch to Alex Blackett running in from the boundary. As soon as Lorraine faces up against Larry Edwards, good delivery wrapped on the pad, appeal for LBW, and Narayan back in his crease. The question is whether it's a bit higher or whether it's angling on the leg side, but we're gonna see the replay shortly to make a determination on that one.
Yes, from our angle. Looks close, but we're gonna see now what the replay says.
Yeah, I think just maybe sliding down the leg side.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire there. Good decision by the umpire. As Nayan was back and probably just looking to walk this one on the onside.
Good delivery from Edward, pitched up, and Narayan had to come forward, pushes it to the fielder in the extra cover region. So certainly good start for St. John's, Crony, picking up 3 wickets inside of the 5th over. Oh my, and A big booming attempt at a drive there from Narayan. Probably inside edge, hit the pad. But St. John's, they're enjoying the early proceedings after 5 overs, picking up 3 wickets in the first 5. Yes, you've gone for a few boundaries, 4 fours, 5 fours, and 1 6. But St. John's would be happy to pick up 3 wickets inside 5 overs.
Yes, successful over bowled by Edwards. His first over. I would say, just 2 of the deliveries or offline, which was one was hit down to backward point and one that went, even though it went over mid wicket for 6, it wasn't a bad delivery, but it was well played by ATN. Came back and pick up that very important wicket. And we see now, and they just seem to be struggling a bit there, looking to drive here, not to the pitch, and certainly it seemed to have come off the edge, and just went on the onside. But good over by Edwards, 40 for 3. The end of 5 overs, and St. John will be happy with the start to pick up 3 wickets.
Yes, and Narayan, certainly a batsman who is short and runs in the tournament, as we see a change of bowling from the southern end. Oski Barry. Barry, so far in the tournament, he has picked up 2 wickets of 46 runs off 6 overs. And as we see, Sunil Narayan, short of runs, 2 matches, and he would have, his aggregate score is 3 runs. So certainly he would be looking to get some score, but the only way he can do that is by remaining in the middle. And a short and wide delivery tongued over the offside, and it's 6 runs. Very good shot from Milias. Quite very much a loosener from Barry. Midway down the wicket, Milias just rocked back in his crease and poured it over the covers region. 6 runs and loose delivery there from the bowler from St. John.
Yeah, a long hop, and really could have hit it anyway, and he hit it over cover for 6. I tell you the time that he had to hit that very short ball over cover, and it went all the way for 6. Milias, the score moves to 24. Sunil Narayan, not yet off the mark. It's 46 for 3 in over number 6. Barry from the southern end, right arm off spin.
And Crony, so far the bowling stock we've seen, that's the 4th bowler being used here. We're in only number 6, 3 spinners and 1 seamer. Taylor bowled 2 overs, Ramnot 2, and now Oski Barry replaces Ramnot from the southern end. So it seems that St. John's is telling us that they're banking quite heavily today on the spin bowling options.
Yeah, one would have thought though, looking at the wicket this morning and the condition, just a little gloomy, but there's no threat of rain. One would have wanted to use the condition, particularly after you have seen the first 2 overs from Taylor. And one would have think that if you have another seamer, give him the opportunity to, try and make use of the conditions.
Oh, short and wide, thick outside edge, running towards the third man region. It's going to cross the ropes. So Sunil Narayan, he's off the mark with a boundary. And St. Mark, their 50s up 51 for 3 in over number 6. 50 off 34 balls, 29 minutes, 6 fours and 2 sixes. So they're scoring quite rapidly at the moment, and 9.27 runs and over. But just also they've lost 3 wickets, which probably would mean that it's even Stevens as we enter the end of the power play period.
Yeah, there have been a lot of bad deliveries, short deliveries, and the batsmen were able to take Milius in particular full advantage, hitting it to over cover. Once again, another short delivery was hit to cover. Just a slight misfield by Simon, but it remains at 1. But there have been some bad deliveries bowled, and the batsman would have taken full advantage. There were 4 byes, so yes, I think the scoring rate have been pretty quick, but the bowling has been pretty bad at times in terms of the loose deliveries.
Yes, we've had 6 fours and 2 sixes hit so far. So from and another short ball, and certainly that's bad bowling from Oski Barry. First he was short outside the off stump, tongued over the covers for 6. Short delivery, thick outside edge down to third man for 4. Short delivery, pulled through mid wicket for 4 by Milius, and it's certainly bad bowling. 5 deliveries, 16 runs, and Oski Barry certainly erasing some of the good work that was done earlier by the previous bowlers.
Yes, delivery given the right treatment. Again, short, and Milius hit it over a mid-wicket, and that really rushed down to the boundary for 4. But just need to keep things a bit tighter. You have picked up 3 wickets, 3 important wickets, and you just want to pile on the pressure and keeping things tight. But again, the pressure has been released.
Oh my goodness, and Milius offers the simplest of catches after picking up Marks picking up 16 runs in the over. Milius, he goes back to probably pull the ball onto him a bit quicker, and he offers the simplest of return catches to Oskee Barry, who accepts it willingly with a triumphant punch. And Milius, quite a disappointing end to his innings. Short delivery. He went back to pull, probably not as short as he expected, but Oskee Barry has the final laugh, and St. Mark, they're 56 for 4 at the end of the power play.
Yeah, another short delivery, but I think it bounced more than Milius expected, and he was looking again to hit it to over mid-wicket. And the boy, you could see it be taken high up on the bat, and went back to the bowler, and Barry accepted it. Another really important blow struck there by St. John's, picking up the wicket of Milius. But again, we continue to see the loose deliveries, but this one here have been successful. You see the bounce of it there as he was looking to give himself some room, and it sort of choked him in a sense. And you only able to get it back to the bowler, but again, a vital wicket taken there by St. John's.
Yeah, St. John's 56 for 4 after the end of the power play. Batsmen dismissed Kimani Milius, and most recently cotton ball Oskee Barry for 29. Sheon Andrews, LBW to Jonathan Taylor for 5. Stephen Granger caught Stephen Francis, bowled Jonathan Taylor off the first ball. Ronald Etienne caught Alex Blackett, bowled Larry Edward for 12. After 6 overs, it's 56 for 4. And Larry, with the power play restrictions being relaxed, we see Larry Edwards adjusting his field, still 6 fielders inside the circle looking to put the pressure on, as Micah Narayan, the captain, joins Sunil Narayan in the middle. So it's going to be certainly an interesting passage of play with the 2 men from Redmond in the middle facing up against the Spain of St. John.
Yeah, Edwards paying particular attention in terms of the field that he's setting. He has a long on. He have a wide long on and a straight mid-wicket, and on the boundary. So we have 3 fielders from a long on going right around to mid-wicket on the boundary. And there's a mid-wicket and a short fine leg on the leg side.
Quite good delivery there from Larry Edwards. Certainly has hit the spot so far in this over. 3 consecutive dot deliveries to Narayan, and I think Larry Edwards and St. Mark, they're looking to a bit to stranglehold the new batsman at the crease, make it as difficulty as possible to remove the opportunities for a single. And so 4 consecutive dot deliveries, and St. Mark, they are now looking to rebuild after the early damages inflicted by St. John.
Yeah, good over by Edwards so far.
Oh, delivery rushed the batsman, wrapped on the pad. The umpire says not out. Oh, an optimistic appeal on one of any real serious conviction.
Yeah, just seemed to be getting a bit out of the wicket, just getting the ball to bounce a bit. The left armer coming around the wicket. Now the slip is being put in place. Good decision there, just bring the slip in place.
Mid-wicket moved. Oh, cute delivery there. That one was a bit slower, Crony. Drew the batsman forward, got the edge, but dropped short of Oskee Barry in the slip position.
Yeah, good move by the captain there to bring in Barry in slip there, and that one just dropped in front of him. But again, Edwards just being able to give this one a bit more air. As we look at the replay there, it's slower, and ball just turning away from the right-handed batsman and taking edge and just dropping short of the slip fielder. Good over by Edwards.
Yeah, maiden over. It's quite a rarity so far in the tournament. And Larry Edwards, 2 overs, 1 for 10. And St. Mark, 56 for 4. Certainly it's a rebuilding task ahead of them.
Barry picked up that important wicket the previous over. And he's bowling to 1 slip. Backward point cover. Cover on the boundary and a long on mid-wicket, and leg.
As we see the fielder in long off is being called into the circle. That is Dwight Wildman. So St. John's looking to keep the pressure on with 6 fielders inside the circle. Not really giving the opportunity so much singles, so they're asking the St. John Max batsmen to hit boundaries if they want to score.
Yeah, another short delivery by Barry. Seemingly just been on the short side.
Certainly seems that short is the length of his bowling today. That one had the batsman there thinking twice.
Yeah, inadvisably short there. It was not a bad delivery as we saw him looking to sweep. And he probably would have swept that delivery from somewhere on middle and leg stump.
Yeah, so the St. John's, the blue versus orange battle of the West Coast team derby. It's certainly living up to expectations. Runs are, boundaries are scoring, wickets are falling. Over number 8, the run rate is 7.77, 4 wickets down.
Barry in 2 matches had 2 for 46 before this game.
Oh no, Sunil Narayan, short delivery. He could have done anything he wanted with that, Crony. Sort of pulling away from the shot, missed it, the keeper collected. And Sunil Narayan is certainly struggling in this tournament so far. Yeah,
you really missed out on that short delivery. Really should have hit that down to backward point.
Leg spin there from Oski Barry. Oh, as a fielder there in the backward point position. Dives over the ball. Just can restrict the fielder from crossing over for the single. So 1 more run to the score. And the wicket certainly has been responsible for, especially the wicket of Milias has been responsible for a slowing of the run rate.
Yeah, and another short delivery. So we have seen in this over 3 short deliveries not being taken full advantage of. This one was hit just to the backward point. Picked up 1.
Drives firmly down the ground, but can be Taylor. No, that's Wildman in the mid-off position. St. John still have some bowling options up their sleeve. Still have the likes of Isaiah Simon, who is yet to bowl today, and we know he's quite a decent off-spin bowler. So still more spin on the offering from St. John.
Yeah, and Barry just completed his 2nd over. So far he had picked up 1 for 18. Quite a bit of short deliveries who was made use of, but he just continues to keep the pressure on, to keep things tight. The batsmen have not been very aggressive in this over. So after it's 58 for 4, after 8 overs, one would think Kerry probably would have been a nice thing to come back, even though it's a 1 over. Come back with Jonathan, give him 1 over, try to pick up another 2.
Yes, as we see another change in the bowling. Anthony Antoine, the captain for today's match, and quite surprised. You know, we've seen 4 changes to the bowling so far. We have not seen Isaiah Simon, who to date has been the leading wicket taker for St. John with 3 wickets. So another spin bowling option from Anthony Antoine, bringing on himself, and they're looking to keep the stranglehold on to the St. Max team. 4 fielders inside the circle on the offside.
Right.
A delivery that rushes the batsman, Sunil Narayan. The appeal whether an edge was found on that one, as we see the delivery, tossed up delivery, hit the back leg, eludes the keeper. That's Stephen Francis, and no run.
Yeah, a bit casual there by Narayan. This delivery didn't seem to do anything much. He just played on the wrong line.
And comes back into his crease, deep into his crease, to pull that down to mid-wicket, where Simon comes in off the boundary to do the fielding. And Kearney, when we look at the field, we see the shortest player on the field is in the mid-wicket position, and certainly is not a rarity in the sport of cricket. We see that very often.
Yes, Simon is going right back on the boundary. Antoine just giving the ball quite a bit of air. seem to be bowling leg break, and it's just bowled two delivery. So far in the tournament, he had only bowled 1 over, conceded 9 runs. So this is second over of the tournament, and he's going to bowl to the right-handed Micah Narayan.
Tossed up, and Narayan pushes it back to Anthony and Twine, and the game sort of, tethering out a bit after the early action. Not much runs being scored in the last few overs, as Narayan goes for the swing, full delivery. He misses it, and the keeper again, not for the first time, misses the delivery for a bye. So one more extra to the total. That'll make it, that's now the 6th extra of the inning, and the score moves on to 16 over number 9. One more run to Narayan and Crony. That shot from Narayan certainly signals that the batsman is finding it difficulty in timing the ball.
Yeah, short delivery there, and he really didn't time it. Just went over the shot mid-wicket, who jumped but couldn't get his hand to it, and it went down to mid-wicket on the boundary and picked up 1.
Yeah, so 3 runs so far from the over. And it's the end of the first over from Anthony and Twine. St. Mark being asked to bat first, 61 for 4 after 9.
Yes, and things have certainly slowed down with the loss of the wicket of Etienne and then Milius. This pair will want to rebuild. We just had 9 overs being bowled, so we still have quite a bit of overs to be bowled. So this pair, I think, would want to consolidate and just try to get the score up to that sort of a total that really would be challenging for St. John's when they get their chance to bat.
Yeah, we almost at the halfway stage, 1 over short of halfway, 61 for 4, and we can say certainly they are above the rate at which they have been scoring for the tournament, because previous matches they failed to score 100 in the both innings. So today 61 by 2 says that they are on par to 120, 130, but they've got already have 4 batsmen in the hut to come. Nyron Belfon and Kenroy Peters, both who can swing the long handle. And we still have Kervin Gangadine, Clifford McCormo, known as not just off the ball. So a lot will be depend on the 2 batsmen in the middle at the moment. The uncle and nephew pair of Micah and Sunil Narayan. Oski Barry to start his 3rd over, swings across that delivery there. Sunil Narayan appeal for LBW, the umpire. That is Rupert Ola says not out. But it's certainly that Sunil Narayan is looking to hit himself out of the bad patch he's going through at the moment and looking to swing towards the onside. Again, he goes back onto the back foot from a delivery from Barry, looking to pull towards the onside. The ball goes back to the bowler. He does a fielding in his follow through. Shot on wide outside the off stump, calls wide by the umpire.
Yeah, it just seems the ball not seem to be coming on from the slower bowlers.
Cut to the field line, the backward point position. We have a gully position there that black it, so no more runs, and the dot balls here piling up, 3 so far in the over.
Quiet period as St. Mark's will look to consolidate again, angling down the leg side, and Narayan looking to help it. Just rush into his
Sunil is struggling. He's faced 20 deliveries, 8 runs off those 20 deliveries. One of them has been a boundary, 15 dot balls in 20. Certainly a high percentage of dot balls for the St. Mark cause. Would be looking to just push the ball down the ground, get off the mark, get his uncle on strike to keep the scoreboard ticking over. But he's eating up a lot of dot balls, as I see another one there. So Narayan not doing his team any favors by soaking up all those dot deliveries.
Yes, she just seemed to have a problem in timing the ball. he have been having really difficulty, and even with the short deliveries, having problem to put it away. We see the completion of the third over by Barry. He has only conceded 1 run in that over. 3 overs for 19 runs. At the end of 10 overs, 62 for 4. St. Mark's was asked to bat first, having lost the wicket of Milius, the wicket of Etienne, Andrew, and certainly they would need to consolidate. So 10 overs to go. St. John's, who I would think probably had the better of the exchange for the first 10 overs.
Yeah, in the first 10 overs, we've had 7 fours, 2 sixes, 4 wickets. So it's all been an action-packed session as Anthony Antwine continue to begin his second over. Drives firmly. Michael looking for the single. Can get it, and the pressure will be certainly, being told now on the captain, looking to get his players, his team, to a competitive total. Diving effort there from the field line mid-wicket. Some will say it by Larry Edwards, some will say it's a drop catch, but he was full strength, got one palm to it, could not have held on, and he certainly would have saved his team. I think Crony, instead of a drop catch, we'll say Larry Edwards saved 1 run in that position.
Yeah, great effort by Edwards. He really had to swing himself to the right, got one hand to it, and just wasn't able to hold on. But a very good effort by Edwards. Again, shortish delivery, and Narayan really didn't get hold of this delivery, and just missed it by Edwards.
Narayan, soon Micah goes for the big booming drive, can beat Oski Barry in the short extra, big frame of Oski Barry in the short extra cover position. So the pressure being told, 4 consecutive dot deliveries so far to Micah Narayan off Anthony Antwine's over. Short delivery, caught the fielder, goes through for a quick single, opportunity for a run out, and a sloppy return there from Jonathan Taylor in the backward point position. Sunil was struggling. The bad throw means that he eventually gets home quite safe.
Yeah, Taylor didn't pick up that ball properly. Really, it was a single that really looked dangerous, bounced into Taylor, and wasn't able to pick it up and give the batsman time to get home. Really struggling to get the ball off the square, both batsmen. 63 for 4 in over number 11. Antwine in his second over. So far, just conceded 3 runs. Another short delivery that comes off the bat. They're going to go down to the, let's see, goes down to the boundary for 4. But again, another short delivery there, and the batsman really didn't get hold of it. Just took the bottom edge of the bat and went down where the slip position would be, went down to find third man for 4.
Yeah, and I think, looking at this field, you can't be happy with the field placement, because you'd have seen that the keeper would have made quite a few fumbles so far. Short delivery, that is Sunil Narayan pulling away from it, gets the bottom edge. There is no field line gully position or even short third man position to help the keeper to attempt that. The fielder from short fine leg had to run across to do the fielding. As we see, beautiful, absolutely beautiful conditions here at the National Stadium. Some thick clouds in the skies. They're not too grey, but they're just offering a cooling atmosphere at the National Stadium. And Crony, the sun can be brutal and it can be baking here at the National Stadium, but today is certainly one of those days you would not mind being in the middle. Yes,
certainly the players would feel very comfortably in the middle. It's not very hot. There's no indication that we will have rain, but just pleasant condition. St. Mark's seemingly struggling with a batting. They have lost 4 wickets, 67 for 4, and 11 overs being bowled. I don't think that they would have take advantage of some of the bad deliveries that was bowled today. And losing 2 important wickets of Milius and Etienne, I think really would have set them back. To Narayan's now trying to consolidate, but still having difficulty to even get the ball off the square. But as the sun comes out and maybe beat on a wicket, it probably would be a little easier with the ball coming on. So probably shot making would be a little easier later in the day.
As we see, some repairs in the middle being done. It's actually seems to be a changeover of keepers. Stephen Francis, he has relinquished the gloves, and trying to make out the player who is currently picking up the wicket keeping duties. That seems to be Ramnot. Yes, with number 5 on his back. He will now go behind the stumps. Stephen Francis will go into the outfield. And certainly some questions there from the St. John's team. 12 overs, 11 overs bowled. We yet to see Isaiah Simon, who has been the leading wicket taker in the tournament. He has picked up 3 wickets in the 2 matches they've played so far. He's bowled quite well. Oski Barry to bowl his 4th over. He has 1 for 19 of 3. His first over went for 16. Since then, he's picked bowled 2 overs for 3 runs, which really demonstrates the stranglehold that the St. John's team has had on the match in the last 4 or 5 overs.
Yeah, Barry's going to continue from that sudden end. He's going to complete his spell in his 4th over. So far, 1 for 19. Short third man, backward point cover, mid off, and cover on the boundary. Simon once again on the boundary. .68, 1 more to Micah Narain. Micah Narain, he's on 3. Sunil Narain on 12. Quiet period. The scoring rate has certainly slowed down.
Yeah, the last 5 overs has been we just seen 1 boundary of the last 5 overs as Narain turns that 1 towards the field at short mid wicket. They attack the stumps at the non-strikers end. Well, Sunil was scampering to get in. 1 leg by to the total, another extra 69 now for 4.
Yeah, good running by Micah Narain. The call was his and he really was quick down to the striker's end.
Yeah, it seems that Micah, he's a bit conscious of the situation of the match, looking to get the scoreboard taken over, looking to pull his nephew through to complete those singles. The boundaries are not coming, so it's important that you get those singles, pick them up where you can. And attacking the field, the call is a 2 from Narain. Micah, the fielder there, that's Blackett down at the mid-on, long-on position. He feels well, keeps the batsman only to 1.
Micah Narain, and so far in 2 games, scored 27 runs. He would want to improve.
The lazy shot there from Sunil Narain. One outside the off something which he just stabbed behind it, and I'm trying to figure out what was the intention behind the shot, because he had the keeper, he had Larry Edward, who was in at slip. So you're trying to figure out, and I suppose it feel like gully, so there was really only one result from that shot.
That completes his Barry's 4th over. 1 for 21. A good delivery outside the off stump, but Narain just again playing down the wrong line as it went outside the off stump, and the keeper picking the peels and going up for the appeal. But, as you said, Kerry, Narain just seemed to be struggling a bit. St. Mark's after 12 overs, 70 for 4. As you see the completion of Barry, 4 overs, no maiden, 21 runs, 1 wicket.
Yes, as Anthony Antwine, he continues, the captain. He continues to the bowling from the northern end. As the batsmen, they take the opportunity to get just a slight, bit of liquids into the system. So far, 12 overs, bowled 70 for 4. Miliasi was out for 29. Shion Andrew went for 5. Stephen Granger without scoring off the first ball. Ronald Etienne out for 12. And so far, it's been the uncle and nephew partnership of Micah Narain and Sunil Narain. They've put together 14 runs in the partnership. It has been hard going out there for the two batsmen, and now at one time the run rate was over 9 runs and over, 8.5 to 9 runs and over, and now it's just 5.83 overs.
Yeah, we look at the bowling of St. John's. They played 2 games before. Against St. Andrews, I thought that they bowled pretty well. One remembers that Teddy Bishop was dropping in square leg very early. And really they started, the bowling attack have been pretty well. In St. George it was slightly different, but they do seem to be able to have teams just to struggle a bit in terms of the bowling. And now with the advent of Edwards, could make things really difficult for teams. I think the area of concern has been the batting.
Yes.
But really they have been, seemingly have been able to hold their own with the bowling.
Another delivery there, full pitch delivery. Look, Mike has sort of opening the face, looking to guide it probably through third man. Another risky shot, I would say, from the captain. Probably more advised to play to the full faith and push the ball down the ground or find a single through the offside position. Oh, that one was a bit of short and wide, a bit of a bounce, but no trouble. It's called wide by the umpire.
Yeah, we've seen some strange shot. That really was a nothing shot. That ball was up, could have been met on full toss. And I don't know if he tried to run it down to a vacant slip position. Pretty strange shot. Now he looking
Big
to
appeal
sweep.
for LBW, wrapped on the pad. And question is, probably did he get outside the line of the off stump? From our position, we could have seen some of those, maybe the leg stump from this position.
Yeah.
Probably going down the leg side.
Going down the leg side.
Yeah,
Good decision.
Good decision there.
Good decision.
Oh, it's that clipped off the legs. I think that probably may have gotten some bat onto it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. The confirmation from the umpire is 1 run, so probably saved by a slight inside edge. Mike and Narayan, he gets off strike, and after 5 balls, bowling is over just 2 runs, 1 wide and a single. And the St. Mark Pierre is certainly finding it difficult at the moment. Oh, bad delivery from Anthony Antoine and spang through the covers region. Outstanding fielding there. More like a footballer than a cricketer. But at the end of the day, he got the job done. He was beaten at Stephen Francis on the boundary, the one who started keeping in the inning. He was beaten to it, but he stretched out his legs, corralled it from crossing the ropes, and the batsmen, they kept to 2.
Yeah, he saved 2 runs here. Very good, effective feeling there, as he really stretched his legs out just to stop that ball from going into the boundary.
As we see, play shot on the onside. Taylor runs in, and an opportunity for a misthrow. Overthrow, they come through now. So 2 more runs to St. John, and Taylor is certainly not having the best of moments there from the extra cover position in the backward point position.
Yeah, he ran through at the stump, but no one was actually backing up. The fielder who was at deep backward square had to come around, and that gave the batsman time to pick up an extra run. So that completes another over bowled by Antoine. It's 3rd over. So far, no maidens, 13 runs, no wicket. St. Mark's 76 for 4. We had 13 overs being bowled. And we're now going to see Isaiah Simon, who's going to pick it up from that southern end.
Yes, the folder we've been, I've been asking about, for the spell. Simon, so far in the tournament, he's had 8 overs, 3 for 54. His best bowling, 2 for 21 against St. Andrews. He really came on in that game and really stemmed the tide when Teddy Bishop and the other batsmen were going helter-skelter. He has his first ball in over number 14 with St. Mark 76 for 4. Sunan Narayan is on 16 of 28, and Micah Narayan is 5 of 19. So combined, the strike rates of the 2 batsmen out there, 57 and 26. And the uncle and nephew partnership certainly finding it difficult at the moment to keep the scoreboard ticking over at a fast rate.
But just a look at the bowling so far. Taylor had 2 for 7 in 2 overs. Plated at mid-on. Ramnath, he also had in 2 overs 19 runs. Edward, and 2 overs, he had 1 for 10. Barry, 4 overs, 1 for 21. And Antoine, he also had 3 overs, no wicket for 13. And Simon in his first over. 77 for 4, just.
Yeah, and Kearney, the St. Mark's, St. John's, they've had a nice proceedings, but you would be questioning whether or not you could have sneak in an over or so from either Larry Edward or Jonathan Taylor at this stage. You get another wicket, and then the tendencies in this level of cricket is that, in this form of cricket, is that once you get one, another one comes following quite quickly. And Sunil Narain and Micah, they're struggling. Another option, maybe after the fast man of Jonathan Taylor, might just be able to snare a wicket and open the one end of the team.
Yeah, with 4 wickets down, you'd want to try to break the heart of the batting. No, you got 2 big wickets in Etienne and Milius. Therefore, you want to just give your strike bowler another opportunity, and maybe just to try and pick up 1 or 2 more, and then your other bowlers can come. But you really want to make the best use of the condition that you have. And I would have thought that Taylor at least should have bowled another over.
Yes, quite agree. CC so far, Simon so far bowling quite well. Wicket to wicket. Ball pushed down to the fielder there at the long off position. That's Dwight Wildman. He does the fielding. So 1 more to Sunil Narain. He moves to 18, and after 14 overs, it's 80 for 4.
Yeah, first over by Simon just went for 4 runs. The batsman look a lot more fluent as they push the ball around down to long off and mid on, picking up the singles. 4 runs in the first over. It's 80 for 4 after 14 overs. And let's see if Antoine, who has so far bowled 3 overs, and he will complete his spell. So probably we're going to see we have Taylor with 2 overs. He's into this would be the 15th over. Taylor has 2. And
Larry has 2.
Edwards have 2. So someone and Ramnath, who have been bowling well in the previous game, we have seen him now behind the stumps.
Delivery wrapped on the pad. Now Micah comes scampering there for the single. His nephew Sunil is not interested. He has to get back into his crease. Wayward throw, and he's safe. So certainly the urgency seems to be stepping up from Sunil Narain and Micah Narain, looking to get the scoreboard ticking over as we enter over number 15.
Yes, and Sunil do have problem with the running between the wicket in terms of his judgment. We know that have been a concern. And but Mike and Narain, they were looking for a run that I don't think it was there, and had to rush back. As he now comes into strike.
Short delivery pool there can beat Larry Edward in the mid-wicket position.
Yeah, important position there. Narain again looking ball on the short side and looking to go to that mid-wicket position, which is well populated. 3 fielders on the boundary.
Oh, a delivery. He looked to advance, almost yacked himself, and that is the old man Alvin Ramnath. He had to do the fielding attempt to shy. Realized that the fielder was not in position to do the backing up, and Kearney he did the sensible thing and hold on to the ball.
Yeah, a good thinking. 82 for 4. That's Narain. Antoine in his final over. Full toss, and this one is stroked down to cover on the boundary. Granger.
That's
Francis, who fields. Again, he would have been disappointed not making full use of that at full toss.
Full delivery should have been, probably now falling somewhere up on the hills of Montrush. And as we see soon, Micah this time gets inside of a delivery, walks it onto the onside. Even the presence of Larry Edward cannot restrict them from crossing over for a single. So after 15 overs, it's 84 for 4. Micah Narain is 9, Sunil Narain is 20, the partnership is 28, Antoine has completed his spell, 4 overs, none for 17. And with 5 overs to go, I think St. Mark will be looking to a minimum, Crooney, of 10 off the final over.
Yeah, I think they will be disappointed if they get probably anything less than 135. Um, with, obviously they didn't have a great start, but I think the tempo in which they were scoring, they would have expected to put on quite a good total. But this pair, even though put on 28, have struggled, have been able to get the ball off the square. But the last 2 overs, picking up just the singles regularly. Antoine, none for 17 in his 4 overs. So Simon is going to bowl the 16th over, and then we probably would see Edwards and Taylor to complete.
Yeah, Simon gets set to begin over number 17. Short delivery gets inside of the line, pulls, can beat Blackhead there at the field on the 45, and so he made some good ground to get around the ball to deny an opportunity for any runs. So Blackett will be happy with his performance so far in the field. He took an outstanding catch running in off the boundary to dismiss Ronald Etienne, and he saved his team some runs there in that position. So quite a good day for Alex Blackett in the field. Micah swings across the line of that delivery, looking to hit more towards the mid-on position from where the bowler was coming around the wicket. The ball goes towards Dwight Wildman on the long off position, so 1 run, and the batsmen, certainly I think they're looking to go, pick up the ante, look for a few more boundaries, because the 1s and 2s at the moment are not really helping to post a compelling total. Short delivery beats the fielders there behind square on the offside, and bad delivery from Isaiah Simon, and rightly dealt with.
Yeah, good shot by Narayan. Again, another short delivery, and really asked to be hit. And he hit it well between the backward square and the short fine leg position, and went down to the boundary for 4. They will want to step it up. Just over 4 overs to go. They would want to take full advantage with Taylor coming back and Edwards coming back. These are the type of bowlers that can keep it very tight. So they would want to pick up as much as they could.
Spectator catch there. Anthony Antoine catches it off. One bounce to Anthony Antoine in the extra cover position. Keeping the fielders, the batsmen at the crease without an additional run. Narayan hikes that one. The fielder running in from long on. He has some running. He gets there and he spills it. Totally a bad effort there from the fielder down there at long on. He got under it. I think that's Ronnie Holder. Got under the delivery, and he just made a mess of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was not a very simple catch, but he got there. The important thing, he got there. He got both hands to it, and was not able to hold on. Again, Narayan looking to clear the boundary, looking for the big one, but was not able to get the timing right, and it went high up to the fielder at long on, who is now running off.
Yeah, it seems to have done some damage to his hands, as his fingers, as we see he goes on, and there's going to be a substitute fielder. He's going to make his way to the middle.
So 2 more, 91 for 4. Narayan is hitting straight down to long off, and the fielder comes around for another single, and that completes the over. That completes Simon's second over. He has none for 12, and after 16 overs, St. Mark's been put in the bat. They are 92 for 4. Micah Narayan on 10, Cyril Narayan on 27, and this pair have been together, have been doing pretty well together in terms of staying in the wicket, but would have liked to score a bit quicker.
Yeah, the run rate has sort of trickled down to now 5 3/4, 5.75 runs per over with 4 overs to go, and the 4 overs we know will be bowled by Larry Edwards, who is about to pick up the action from the northern end of the ground, and we expect the 18th and 19th to be bowled by Jonathan Taylor. So it's going to be a bit more difficult with the bowling who's going to get a bit more better and the batting, the scoring should get a bit more difficult. So still aiming, they should be aiming to get at least 10 runs off and over of the final 4, which will get them in the vicinity of about 130. And anything above that, they would feel it's gravy, cherry on top the cake at this moment. But 130, I think, would be the first total they have in mind. Being mindful that St. John's, they've been struggling with their batting, but you know, on a day like this, anything is possible. It's a West Coast derby. The inclusion of Larry Edwards, players could certainly lift their game, and they don't want to make 130 to make it a competitive total encounter.
This one is a good shot.
Yeah, swung away onto the onside, and there is the mid-wicket fielder, the fielder at square leg. He has to go back into over the boundary to do the fielding. So 4 more runs to Sunil Narine.
Yeah, good positive shot by Narine. Not a bad delivery, but he picked it up well. Probably just wrong off stump there and hit it down to the backward square, which was vacant. Went down to the boundary for 4. So he moves to 31, and it's the most confident shot we have seen him played. As the sun comes back out. Still beautiful conditions. The leg side field, we have a leg gully, a long on, a deep mid wicket, and also a square leg on the boundary. So a load of spaces on the leg side can be pushing, and 2 runs can be held. There's no mid wicket, normal mid wicket, and
yeah, I think the problem for St. John is that the fielder that went out wasn't replaced, so they're playing with 10 men at the moment. So it's finding it a bit difficult, Larry Edward, to sort of set the field he wants. So he may just have to take the field out of it at the moment and bowl wicket to wicket. Three fielders close in on the offside. Delivery sort of slower in pace. And Narine, he tried to turn it onto the onside where there's lots of vacant areas on the onside. Just one fielder is shot on the onside in a short fine leg position. The next 3 is on the boundary, so there's a lot of runs to be had in the onside position as Edwards, as he goes back, and Isaiah Simon can only watch that one cross over the ropes. So 6 runs to Sunil Narine. Big shot there from Narine. 100 up for St. Mark, 102 for 4 in over number 17. And Sunil Narine is certainly getting a hang of the proceedings in the middle. He moves to 37 of 42, 4 fours and 1 6.
Yeah, good shot by Narine. He really picked it up well and he timed it beautifully and went over long on, a wide long on, and down to the boundary for 4. Simon just had to look at it as it went over his head. But good positive shot.
Delivery push to the fielder in the offside. Stephen Francis scampers running in, doesn't collect cleanly the batsman. They have enough time to cross over for a single. So it's good over so far for St. Mark. 11 runs off the over. 1-4, 1-6. Final delivery coming up from Edwards' 3rd over. And Narine goes back and cuts well, finds a gap between the 2 fielders. And Jonathan Taylor, Stephen Francis, they do well to keep the ball in as the batsmen, they cross over for 2. So, and there's going to be a 3rd one as a wayward throw from Stephen Francis. Had the standing umpire in a bit of a danger. So 3 more runs to St. Mark. They move to 106. The 50 partnership up between Uncle Micah and Sunil Narine. 50 off 68 balls, 41 minutes, 3 fours and 1 sixes. 1-6. St. Mark after 17 overs, 106 for 4.
Yeah, that's a good over for St. Mark's. Some 14 runs came out in that over from Edwards. They are now looking really to push the score at the end of that 17th over, 106 for 4. And Sunil Narine moves to 38, and Micah Narine is on 13. They will really want to continue to really push the score along. Taylor is going to pick it up from this, not an end, but have been a very good over for St. Mark's.
Yeah, good over, and St. John's still a fielder shot, and extra it's certainly advantage to St. Mark at the moment. 3 overs to go, 106. Looking to get 10 to 12 runs of the final 3 overs. It's quite a beautiful day here at the National Stadium. 106 or 4 as we see the surrounding hills. Quite, this cloud might be look a bit overcast, but I think that too can also be as a result of the Sahara dust. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's rain that is imminent, but it's quite a beautiful day here at the National Stadium for cricket in the NLA GPL T20 as Rondi Morrissey makes his way on as the substitute fielder. So St. John now has their full complement of 11 players out in the middle.
Taylor, who opened the bowling from this northern end, is going to come from the southern end. So far, he bowled 2 overs and no maidens, 7 runs, 2 wickets. So he would come back to bowl over number 18. He will bowl the final over. And Sunil Narayan, Micah Narayan is preparing to face. Third man goes back. Let's see, probably go back on the boundary. Backward point cover, long off, and a cover on the boundary offside.
Short delivery from Narayan. He gets inside of delivery and pulls well, hooks over over the fielder at square leg. The fielder in the long leg position runs around, can keep the ball out of the boundary. So 4 more runs to Narayan. He gets his first boundary of the inning in his 29th delivery. And St. Mark, they're looking to accelerate at the moment. They're on 110 for 4.
Yeah, good shot. Short delivery, and he was back there and really pulled it over backward square leg, and it went down to the boundary for 4. Both batsmen now seem to be on the attack. And Taylor coming back in the second spell. Just a bit short in that delivery and was given the right treatment.
Oh, Taylor, Micah again looking to wind up to hit towards the mid-wicket position. He doesn't succeed. The ball instead hits him on the pad. The batsman crosses over for a single. Another leg bite to the total, and 1-1-1 for 4.
Yeah, good run in there as that ball would crash into the pads, and on the onside, the bowler himself had to run down to field. But you're seeing the aggressive intent. Yeah, really looking to push on.
Yeah, that's why you're saying, Crony, that they will go helter-skelter in the ending anyway. So if it was earlier on, you could have bring back either Jonathan Taylor or Larry Edward to sort of bowl on over to see if they can pick up a wicket, and that may have really changed the complexion out of the process at the moment. But instead, you have your 2 frontline bowlers coming back to bowl 2. Oh my goodness, wayward delivery from Taylor, beats wide down the leg side, beats the keeper, and that's 5 wides to the team. 5 more runs to St. Mark, and they're looking to really post maybe now 140, 150s on the cards.
Yeah, I thought it was a mistake. I see this ball way down the leg side, and the keeper, yeah, I thought it was a mistake. Taylor was on, and you could see that he was getting, good bounce and movement from the wicket. So, and the fact that you have picked up 4 wickets, including 2 of your top batters, you want to take the advantage, and he being on, give him at least another over and try to pick up 1 or 2 more wickets. I thought that they probably would have missed a little trick there in terms of not having him bowl an extra over. He's coming back on a different condition. Against this one is good running again off the pad there, and
as we see the return from goes towards the non-striker's end. There's no one backing up, but the fielder there in White Wildman in the long off position collects the ball. And Crony, sometimes I think captains, Crony, that one looked certainly close on the replay. The batsman was hit in front of the wicket just about mid-stump, and the question is either he was carrying over the stumps. I think from that replay certainly would have been crashing into the stumps, but whether or not it was a bit too high.
I think the angle, as you look at it, I think the angle, I think the angle going down the leg side, I think it was a really good decision. The angle taking it down the leg side.
Taylor continues to bowl to Micah Narayan. He holds well, and there's no field line mid wicket, and that's 4 runs. Oh my goodness, that's certainly bad field placement now from St. John. There is nobody in the mid-wicket position. In this stage of the inning, there must be a sweep on the onside, Crony, and certainly bad field placement and thinkering by the St. John's is costing them in his final moments.
Yeah, it's a position that you really does not find a fielder. And mid-wicket, he picked it up and hit it to over mid-wicket. And it went down to the boundary for 4. Good shot again by Narayan. Good positive batting. He moves to 21. It's now 121 for 4. We're still in the 18th over. Taylor and his figures 2 for 20. Remember that he had 2 for 7
of his 2 overs.
So he's already gone for 13 runs in 4 deliveries.
Yeah, St. Mark's, they would have to think about their use of the bowlers. Tomorrow they have a game against St. David's. So they'd have to think about utilizing the resources more effectively. I think, Rooney, sometimes the captains think that my fast bowler, I just give him 2 overs and save him 2 overs to then. But, sometimes you have to be aware of the match situations and play the game accordingly and not necessarily on what you would have set out coming into the match.
Yeah, just go into the game with a plan and just stick to the plan. But sometimes things change. When things change, you have to revisit your plan. And
St. Mark's, they're looking quite good at the moment, 121. It's so far the largest total of the tournament. It's the first time in the 3 matches they've crossed 100 with the bat. And, knowing their bowling, which is quite good bowling attack, the guile of Micah Narayan and the experience of Ronald Etienne. And you also got some young exciting bowlers, Ronald Williams. You also have the likes of Kervin Gangadine, Nyron Belfon. So they have quite a good bowling lineup. And, with 121 on the board, with 2 overs and 1 ball to go, they've certainly positioned themselves nicely in this match.
Yeah, whatever the score ends up, it will be a challenge for St. John. They haven't reached 100 in the 2 games played before. And based on what we have seen, they will really have to turn around and really produce a good performance with the bat, even if they're going to challenge their score. And as you rightly say, St. Mark's bowling has been good. Narayan, and now you have the bowling of Peters and so forth in the lineup. So I think they do have a good bowling lineup. So 122 for 4. We have 18 overs being bowled. Edwards, so far 3 overs of 24, and he came back, and he also got 11 runs in the over. So 2 of your top bowlers would have come back and really been expensive. So it will be interesting to see the sort of score that St. Mark's ends with. I would say they'll be happy with at least 135. Let's see if they could get to that in the next 2 overs.
Yeah, well, with 4 wickets down, 12 balls to go, 6 wickets in hand, 2 set batsmen, I think they'll be disappointed with anything less. They would be happy with anything over 140 at the moment, as we see Sunil Narayan, he goes, caught. Excellent catch there from Blackett. Micah Narayan, my apologies. He went to look to hit that one down the ground, but can't beat the fielder that is Alex Blackett. His second catch on the boundary of the day, and Larry Edwards picks up his 2nd wicket. Soon Micah Narayan goes for 22, and St. Mark, they won 22 for 5.
Yeah, and a good catch taken there by Blackett. Narayan was down looking to clear long off and really didn't get hold of it. And Blackett take up a good catch, running to his right and running forward. And he picking up another catch. St. Mark losing their 5th wicket, 122 for 5. And Micah Narayan there are going for 22. If he's 34 deliveries, 52 minutes, 2 fours.
Nyron Blackett, Belfon, the new batsman, he is known to hit the ball a long way, and with just 11 deliveries left in the inning, I think it's licensed for Belfon to swing for the rafters here at the National Stadium.
Yeah, and Edwards paying particular attention to the field that he's setting. The cover on the boundary moved to his right, That's Simon right on the ropes. And we've seen the long on again moving to his left.
As we see, Sunil Narayan gets back and pushes it to the fielder that is Taylor in the square cover position. He doesn't pick up cleanly, but the batsmen, they have enough time to cross over for a single. So one more run to Sunil Narayan. He moves to 39 and the score 123 for 5 in strike. The new batsman, Narayan Belfon.
Yeah, left-handed Belfon. As we see, the cover point on the boundary comes up to square cover. Still with the long off. And the leg side, mid-wicket backward square. Square leg on the boundary, mid-wicket on the boundary, and long on the boundary. And Simon comes in the cover from off the boundary.
Narayan Belfon togs that one down the ground. It drops about 10 meters or so before the fielder Oski Barry on the long off boundary. The batsman crossed for one. Belfon was looking for that one up in his arc, but Larry Edwards smart enough to held it back a bit and had the batsman doing the extra putting the extra energy on that one. Peel off the outside edge, runs down to the vacant third man position. That's 4 more runs to Sunil Narayan.
And that was well played by Narayan. He really steered it nicely. He pushed and he just steered it down to that vacant position. No slip, and the third man was wide on the boundary, having to run to his left, and was not able to get there. And the ball went over the boundary for 4. 128 for 5, and Narayan moves to 43 and has been looking somewhat better the last 2 overs.
Yes, he's quite enjoyed the slog at the end of the inning, or the, not really slogging, but playing proper cricket shot. The last 4 overs is one where the team really looked to capitalize, and he set himself up quite nicely. And at the moment, he's 43 of 47, 5 fours and 1 6s, 1 6, and St. Mark 128 for 5 in last ball of the 19th over. Narayan goes, pulls well. Isaiah Simon can only watch it cross over the boundary ropes. So 6 more runs to Sunil Narayan. He moves to 49. St. Mark 134 for 5. It's the end of the spell for Larry Edwards. 2 for 36 or 4 overs. Held up as we see the replay. Larry Edwards tossed it up a bit slower. Narayan sweeps slog over mid-wicket. Simon can only watch it sail over the ropes, and that's a really good cricket shot from Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, good shot. He had nothing to lose there. Someone was giving some outside the off stump, and he really swung lustily and hit it over mid-wicket for a big 6. And Narayan continues. He moves to 49. The end of 19 overs. St. Mark's 134 for 5. And Edwards finishing his 4 overs, 1 maiden, 35 runs, 36 runs, 2 wicket. So we have seen Edwards, he's been expensive his last 2 overs. Went for 29 runs. 26 runs. The last 2 overs going for 36 runs. So it have been really a good 2 overs for St. Mark's. Taylor and the left-handed Belfon, as he's going to come in for the last over. Long off, long on the boundary, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square on the boundary. So we have all our feelers from long off to come right back down to the backward square on the boundary. Short fine leg, mid-wicket, and cover backward point, and third man on the boundary.
It's the final over of the inning, and it is one where St. Mark's, I think they will be, with Narayan Belfon on strike from the first ball, will be looking to swing as hard as he can. And 5 wickets down, 6 deliveries left, 134. I think their goal right now would be at least to get 150.
The third man comes up into the circle and cover on the boundary.
Narayan Belfon gets one wide outside the off stump. They run through, and it's signaled wide by umpire Hola. So an extra bonus there from St. Mark. They pick up 2 runs and still one with the full over to be bowled. 136 for 5 as Sunil Narayan, who is on 49, gets on strike. he had to play the bit of an anchor role after losing four. The team lost 4 early wickets, but in the final over, he's 49 of 48, and will be looking to put the icing on the cake here in the final over.
Yeah, it was good running there by Narayan. The keeper not holding, and he was able to take an extra run.
And Narayan wrapped on the pads. The appeal for LBW there from Jonathan Taylor. They cross over for a single, so one more leg by to the total. 137 for 5 in over number 20.
Yeah, Taylor making every effort to keep the ball up to the bat. And Narayan looking to swing there, and that ball rushing into the pad. Going down the leg side. Umpire hold us on move. Taylor, right arm.
And a big wild swing there up from Nelfon. He doesn't connect, but the very aware Sunil Narayan calls him through for a single. They cross over, and one more run to the total. It's signaled by the umpire, and it's now 138 for 5. As Sunil Narayan, one shot is 50, is back on strike.
Yeah, good running by Narayan there. The intention is to run on every delivery. Taylor looking for the big swing, that ball leaving him outside the off stump, and made no contact. And Narayan is stealing a bye.
Swings across the line, and he goes LBW. Sunil Narayan falls short of his 50. There was a few deliveries where he was playing across the line from Jonathan Taylor coming into him. This time he got inside the line of the delivery. As we see the replay, hit high on the tie in front of the wicket, and I think Mr. Crony in this instance, Sunil Narayan out LBW for a 49.
Yeah, and again good decision. He went low trying to hit it somewhere over square leg, and he was hit in front. As we look at the replay, hit in front, and umpire Holas had no hesitation lifting the finger. So Narayan just failing to get to the 50, going for 49. Taylor picking up his 3rd wicket. So far 3 for 23. But a good hand played there by Sunil Narayan. He really began to stroke the ball quite a bit more fluent in the last 2 overs, and has pushed the score to 138 for 6.
Yeah, disappointing. He'll be disappointed not to get to the 50, but certainly that doesn't take away from his effort there in really keeping his team stabilizing, leaning with his uncle Mike Narayan, and helping his team to its current position of 138 for 6. Well played to the youngster Sunil Narayan.
Peters has 3 deliveries remaining, and he's driving. Good shot down to long
from
off.
Police Officer Kenroy Peters, and excellent work there from Dwight Wildman on the boundary via the boot safe in 2 runs. So Peters, the batsman, they cross over for 2, and it's 140 for 6. 2 deliveries left in over number 20.
Yeah, good shot played by Peters. He really hit that firmly down to long off, and Wildman did well to stop it just before he gets into the boundary.
Yeah, that delivery was full pitch delivery there, and Peters probably just maybe have been disappointed that he was not able to get more onto that one. Said the ball was just hit too firmly, but a bit wide. It got in straighter. May have beat the fielder there at the long off position. So he's on 2 as he awaits the final 2 deliveries in the over. And that one, he got inside the line, and the fielder there in the final leg position gives up. So it's 4 more leg byes. He got inside the line of it, off the pad, beat the keeper, beat the fielder who gave up quite early in the short final leg position, Alex Blackett. So 4 more runs to St. Mark, 4 more leg byes as the extra total moves up.
Yes, straight down the leg side there, and the batsman looking to swing, come off the pad, and goes down to the boundary for 4, and that completes 20 overs. St. Mark's ended at 144 for 6. Good competitive score. Seen based on what have happened with both teams before, in terms of not being able to get up to 100, 144 will be a challenging score for St. John's.
Yeah, it is going to be a challenging score, and here at the National Stadium in this tournament, you would think that 140 would be par, 130 would be one par. It's actually the third highest score of the tournament, 144, following St. Andrew 179 against St. John, St. George's 153 against St. John, and now St. Mark, they scored 144 for 6 against St. John. So the three highest score in the tournament came off the bowling of St. John's, but there's certainly been a better effort with the ball from St. John. They missed a few opportunities, maybe by the how they utilized their bowlers, allowed St. Mark to recover from 60 for 4 to post 146 of the 20 overs.
Well, just to give you a rundown on this scorecard, St. Mark's, St. John's would have won the toss earlier on today and asked St. Mark's to bat. Camellia Milius, he was caught on bowl. Barry, he for 29. Steve Manju, LBW to Taylor for 5. Stephen Granger, caught Francis Bowl Taylor for no score. Ronald Etienne, caught Blackett Bowl Edward for 12. Sunil Narayan, LBW Bowl Taylor 49. Micah Narayan, caught Blackett Bowl Edward 22. Nyron Bell for not out 1. Kenroy Peters not out 2. The score 144 for 6 of 20 overs. Taylor 4 overs, 3 for 25. Ramnot 2 overs, none for 19. Edward 4 overs, 2 for 36. Oscar Barry 4 overs, none for 21. Antoine, he had 4 overs, none for 17. And Isaiah Salmon 2 overs, none for 12. Score 144 for 6. St. Mark's scored after being sent into bat by St. John. And really it was a pretty good performance by the bowlers. St. Mark's coming back in the end and getting up to 144 for 6. So St. John is going to reply in shortly, trying to get to the 145 for victory. Certainly we will rejoin you as the teams comes out to make that chase. So we should be with you probably in about the next 10 minutes.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money.
To the jackpot galore. Play more. Win more. Have more fun.
With more jackpot money.
Super 6 is my number one.
With the new and improved Super 6 game, the jackpot keep growing and growing.
I'm growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion. On the field of sports, at your workplace, just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.
Back here, the first delivery being bowled, and we see 2 runs by Francis. First delivery bowled by Naren Belfon, and he's looking to hit somewhere over mid wicket. It went high up into the air and just dropped about halfway to the boundary. And Francis was able to pick up 2 runs. Attacking start by Francis. Naren Belfon. And he's bowling from this northern end. He's bowling to 1 slip, third man on the boundary, backward point, extra cover. On the offside, short fine leg, mid wicket, mid on. As I welcome for the first time this morning, Justin Hector. Morning, Justin.
Morning, Gurney. Morning to listeners wherever you tune in.
Just had a lull. Batsman Antoine just making some adjustment to his gear.
Stories of players going out there. Sometimes, remember there are stories of certain batsmen who would have forgotten their bat or their pad and going on. He didn't go there without a tight pad and had to be happy to with one during the course of the over.
Belfond, number 12, on his jersey, short lifting. Will be
wide.
signaler wide there. Probably looking to see what pace he can extract. Really ponged this one in and went really high over the keepers, the batsman.
It's 143. Well, it's want to think based on what you've seen so far from St. John during the tournament to take some getting.
Yeah, interesting approach by Francis. Looking to swing at everything that's been pitched up.
Seen that before. Yeah, we just said St. John's just for the handicap too with the Nick splitting the webbing on the finger in the attempt to take the catch down on the boundary. Had to go up to the hospital to get it stitched. Pretty deep split, but that's part of the game. Yeah, full toss. Should have done better with that.
I think he's looking for too much power. Really should have as a full toss, bad delivery. You just time it and you place it where you want. It's a new ball, so you're gonna really fly. But I think you're really looking to hit that too hard, and you can see the force he trying to hit it too hard, and didn't come off. Didn't time it well. It went down to third man and picked up 1 more. So Francis, he's on 3. Antoine is preparing to face his first delivery. The score is 4 without loss. Naren Belfon. Another full toss outside the off stump, hit beautifully by Antoine and is rushing to the cover boundary for 4. We are seeing a difference with that delivery, with that full toss, with what Francis received, how he played it.
Yes, indeed. Much more composed, and he wasn't actually drawing away towards the leg side, but the weight of the body, yeah, didn't follow the shot, so therefore he was able to time it well, and he went away for 4. I think one of the things we need to see from St. John, unlike what you've seen previously, is the need to get ball and bat. Number of the previous game, after 10 overs, there was about 13 runs, and maybe just a handful of deliveries would have made contact with the bat. So I think that's the first thing we need to see whether there's a change this time. Just the outer portion of the bat and going down towards third man, but an attempt to really get bat on ball and so on, and that's what you need to do when you're chasing a total of about 143.
Yeah, you're right. I think the number of deliveries that would have passed the bat, with the batsman pulling one way and the bat going the other way,
So much more positive intent by Antoine, looking to get closer to the pitch of the delivery. Yes. Ooh, and another switch again, this time by Francis.
Yeah, the intention is very straight. At the end of the first over, it's 9 without loss. St. John is endeavoring to get to 145 for victory. So a good over 9 wins in the first over. I think they would be happy with that. But kind of strange approach in terms of the batting. We have seen Francis in particular, the shot that he's playing, anything that he seems fairly up in his arc, right? He's gonna look to hit, and he realized that the body is going one way, and just flaring the bat at it. So you're probably not gonna get much into it.
And against the effects of that is probably a muscle strain, because he really threw not only the kitchen sink, he threw the fridge out too. After that,
Well, we saw the first delivery that he faced. He went high up in the mid-wicket region, and it was the same type of shot that he attempted. So you just need to be a little more careful, be a little more selective. The bad ball is going to come every now and then, so just show a little patience as the approach. Try to get as close to that total of 145.
Smart cricket, that's what we need. Just a smart approach to batting. Something similar to what we saw from our West Indies team yesterday.
Yeah, certainly it's pleasing. It's encouraging.
Yeah.
Ronald Williams taking up from that southern end. Williams. Antoine just pushing it back along the wicket.
Quite gutsy. Come out without a helmet. None of the St. John batsmen actually wearing helmets. And probably William just reminding him that he didn't come out without a helmet. So here is a reminder. But it was wide, it was well over the head of the batsman. And St. John would welcome every run.
Yeah.
Be it by extra.
Yeah, down the leg side there, and the umpire signaling wide. It's 10 in the second over.
I think one or two things that could have been done. Of course, in Ramnath not completing his quota of overs, just maybe drifting away from the batsman, and a drive by Antoine, and not making contact, and Milius. It's Milius keep it, yeah.
Yeah, and Williams, having 2 matches before, he had no wicket for 41 runs. He's pretty strange, and he's normally a very good bowler, very good line, and able to get the ball to leave the batsman, but haven't been able to pick up a wicket so far in the tournament.
Yes.
None for 41 in 2 matches. He would want to turn it around in this game.
Talking about the wicket keeping position for St. Mark, they have really struggled in that area. Both St. John and St. Mark haven't really had that wicket keeping talents available. And certainly more St. Mark, it has affected them probably a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they had probably had some games to win.
Yes, sure.
Really to keep they keeping. They really struggle with the keeping. Yeah. So they would be pleased the fact that they have an efficient keeper.
But, yeah.
Milius, he scored 29 today.
I've been disappointed still with the manner in which he got out, and the fact that he's the ace batsman on the St. Mark team is supposed to be. Yeah.
And you would expect that these players who played for Volcano, and he would have gone on to play even a bit higher than that, CPL and so forth. You would expect them to dominate in at this level.
But all should be told, it doesn't really happen at any level, It seems like it's easier to players find it much easier to perform at a level at a higher level, whenever you have to come back, for instance, you would have a national cricketer, you would understand the pressures and the problems of performing, let's say, in your village. You're under so much less pressure when you're at the next level, where you're away from that level. But once you once you reach that, you have reached that level and you return, it's just not the same.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, look back at a record, you would see that really has happened.
Yeah.
And we seen it happen. The end of the second over is 10 without loss.
Yeah.
Williams just conceded 1 run in that over. St. John's 10 without loss after 2 overs, endeavoring to get to 145 for victory. Yeah, Justin, you're certainly right about that. And logically, when you look at it and you think about a player at a certain level, and he comes down to play in a tournament that probably is a little lower, the expectation is that player who's function at a higher level will dominate, but rarely you find that happening.
Yeah, in reality, it doesn't always happen. Yeah, so Belfont will continue. It will be interesting to see what Francis's approach would be in this over. We haven't seen anything to indicate that there would be any change from matches previously. Again, he gone for it and up in the end. He should be out easily, and he's caught, yes, easily. So it was always on the card. It was either going to be bowled or caught. Eventually, he was caught, and he goes for 1-2. Yeah. He gone for 3, and St. John had lost their first wicket. And of course, remember they were a batsman short because Nick could have had his webbing split. So
yeah,
see, Wildman, who should have been going out there, in fact, in the first case, the one who has done opening duties for St. John most of the time, and choose on this occasion not to go out.
Yeah, a bit surprising that Williams Wildman didn't go to open the batting, but I guess the plan of the team, they would have different thoughts, but it's not surprising to see that Francis go that way with his body going one way and the bat going the other way. As we was commenting, he will never get power into the shot, and there he went for a big swing, and the ball he was caught in mid-off.
And he would have done duties during the first portion of the game as wicketkeeper. And he did complain that he remembered Ramnath would have replaced him. I think the talk was that he said he wasn't quite seeing the ball as well. So
yeah, I guess, and sometimes we see things happen outside that we don't understand. We don't know what happened, what goes through the players. The fact that Ramnath came and take the gloves to keep. Also, I know that he have problem with his arm.
Yeah. Being part of the setup, I did ask the question why, because I thought he should have completed the 4 over stint. Said that, well, I guess Francis were not able to continue, so he had to continue. And that was at a crucial stage when probably the spinners were really on top of things. And that's how it is. So there was a leg by, another extra. So extra contributing to St. John. 3.
One hope that we just going to see a better approach, in terms of the batting. It's fair to say that the bowling, they have not been doing badly with the bowling in terms of picking up all the wickets, as we saw today. But one would hope that we are going to see a better effort with the batting, just to be competitive,
And especially, we talk a little bit about getting bat on ball. There's always possibilities. There are always chances to score. If you're not getting the bat onto the ball, there's no possibility of scoring. That could be close. Peter's coming around, but can't get there. So a singer. So not timing it at all. Wildman probably looking to go over the top.
Yeah. Again, was it evident? He stood. If we see the replay, he didn't move, right?
No, not at all.
And he tried to hit the ball over the top. Look, he didn't. He stood where you were. So you want to get into a position way when you hit the ball, you will hit it with all the power and the timing that's necessary.
It's something I had mentioned to him even at practice recently. The fact that his reaction, he doesn't seem to be reacting quickly to the deliveries. The ball will almost be on the way before he actually react, and find himself playing quite late most of the time. Was much better it was there by Antoine, as I say, making an effort to get close to the pitch of the delivery.
Yes, Antoine is getting closer. He's trying to get as close to the delivery as possibly. As we look at him pushing out there, you know, he is a lot better in getting closer to the delivery.
That was a good bit of feeling by Mike Narayan there, an extra cover. But of course, a rather tight offside field, difficult to go through. This. Yeah, full delivery and a good single, but that's what they need to do. They need to keep rotating strike. The mid-off was really deep and the ball was just pushed to him. So therefore there was always a chance of a easy single in the end.
Yeah, good positive running. Good positive running. You know, from time we played the ball, he was off, and was able to make it. You know, even though the strike, the wicket would have been hit, I think he would have been able to make it. So the end of another over, 3 overs bowled. It's 13 for 1. Wildman on 1, and Antoine, who opened the batting, is on 6. Yes. As William prepared to come in for his second over.
So Antoine is standing captain in the game, so he needs to play as a captain's knock. I don't believe in standing captain. As the captain of the team, you're the captain of the team. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, because you as a captain, you're always standing, eh?
Yeah. So that's the problem with Williams. Probably Williams haven't pitched the ball too close to him. He has bowled just back over a good length and has gotten some bunks and good carry. This wicket has one thing we can say, Rooney, for the games we've seen so far, has really played well.
Yeah, we need to give the groundsman a lot of compliment. I think the wicket has really been prepared well for the games.
Really gutsy looking to pull. As I said,
it would have been a safe shot. You know?
Yeah.
I just think that he was not in position.
Yeah.
So even though he got it, he probably just went straight up in the air. Yeah.
It must be a mouth-watering prospect as for a fast bowler running in this day and age to bowl to a batsman without a helmet. Has to make that point again. Whereas it maybe would not have been in our days. We could put it that way, really.
Well, I think to me it's safer now because the wickets now are better prepared than the wickets we had
Indeed.
before.
Indeed.
So at least you can take the chance based on the and it also go down to your technique in terms of how you play. You're probably going to get hit on a wicket that is not playing well. Ball is kicking and so forth, but if you're going to hook and you're not supposed to be in a position in line at the ball when you hook, so if you misses, the ball will strike you.
Slightly off stump and flashing again. Well, I think you're stopping short of saying that probably the skill level was higher.
The skill level. That's right.
During that period, it had to be.
Yeah, Antoine, this again pulling away and trying to hit down to backward square, not making contact, and Williams continue to keep that line outside the off stump as we see for a third man backward point, a gully, a square cover, a mid off, a short extra cover. So tightly set offside field, slow delivery.
Got there in the end, but. Antoine quite quick between the wicket. Williams, Wildman on the other hand could be a little bit sluggish at times running between the wicket. Yeah, but probably that's the plan of the St. Mark team. Maybe ask bowling just short of a length outside the off stump, and asking the batsman probably to. It would be very difficult to pierce the offside field, so maybe to look to go across and look to go on the onside. Yeah. So there, because there is some acreage, some really real estate on the onside. Only three fieldsmen on the onside. Yeah. So
Yeah, you look at the onside with just mid-on deep, mid-wicket and a long leg. There's loads of space on the onside.
edges this one really flew.
Yeah, Wildman playing again away from his body, pushing at that delivery, took the edge and just went over the first slip region and went down to the boundary for 4. Once got the impression that his catcher should have been taken. Let's see. Yeah, went to his right and high. Made a good effort to get around it, but was not able to get the hands onto it. They went down to the boundary for a welcome boundary.
Yes, and he did fly. He did went pretty quickly, and that was looked like young Williams that was there. Made a very good attempt, and maybe he might just have gotten maybe just the fingertips to it. And it went quickly down to the boundary for 4. But all of this is adding up. 18 for 1. It's a much better start, as I say, than we've seen from St. John in previous matches where it was about in the 12th over they were 18 last time.
So 18 for 1 after 4 overs. We know into the 5th over. St. John's endeavoring to get to 145 for victory. Belfond in his 3rd over. So far 1 for 11, and Williams 2 overs, none for 6. We were making a point earlier, Justin. St. John's would have had St. Mark's on the rope picking up 4 wickets. This ball coming into him just
little titler.
Yeah, ball pitch and came into him, just stifled him a bit for rooms. St. John being I think it was 60 or 62 for 4. And Taylor bowling 2 overs and picking up 2 wickets. They were very unfortunate he wasn't able to pick up the hat-trick with that 3rd delivery. One thought one would have given an extra over. The fact that you'd have lost Etienne and Milius, given an extra over, maybe try to pick up another 1 or 2 at that time. But
a few things that could have been done differently tactically, I think, by the St. John team. But
St. Mark's were able to come back and get to 144 when Taylor came back and also when Edwards came back. They were pretty expensive.
Yes.
So it was an opportunity with the bowlers on just to take full advantage of the situation. But as you say, tactics there was.
It's been ruffled up there a bit probably by the pace of Belfond, just a little bit late, and that line just creating some problems for him. The ball even just coming back into the right hand a bit. Probably not catering for that movement.
Well, you give him no room to swing the bat. You can see him attacking just around the middle and leg, straight into the body. So he doesn't have that room to make that full-blooded swing with the bat. And he's being tucked up. The ball pitching and coming into him. So it's very clear, if he have the room and the space, that he would be able to throw the bat. But they have been a good over by Belfond. It's 5 deliveries in the over, and continue to keep things very tight. 18 for 1. St. John's here in over number 5.
And of course, this is like the Manchester Derby. St. John, St. Mark, basically. We want to call it basically one area. 2 close rivals from the western side, and it has not only been that way in cricket, it has been that way in football. St. John's Sports and Hurricanes, if you remember the days of those kind of rivalry, there's always been that rivalry between St. Mark and St. John.
18 for 1 after 5 over at St. John's. Very close neighbors, and almost living in the same house, very close.
You wouldn't believe it, Crony. I went to St. Rose, and there was always that tough rivalry again between St. Rose and St. John Christian, simply because St. John Christian, St. Rose, all of the players were Victorians, most of them were, but yet was not accepted because it was St. Rose. But Brother George, who was the principal from Victoria, so therefore St. John Christian was more accepted in St. Mark than St. Rose, despite the fact that most of the players from St. Rose came from St. Mark also. So that rivalry has always been there.
Williams with a stud over. Wildman get a lift in delivery. Did the right thing, just pulling the bat away. Good bounce there by Williams.
Good carry too. He's done fairly well, Williams, during the in the tournament so far. He has been quite pacey and has kept relatively good lines and lengths. It's a young player who has some talent. Tugged away on the onside, and again it something to do with the timing of the batsman. Delivery probably that should have gone a lot straighter, but Wildman tugging it into the mid-wicket area and straight out to Belfont.
Yeah, it really wasn't there for the sort of shot he wanted to play. As he stepped down and was looking to
opened up quite wide. So from this with big number 2 on his back. This time a defensive shot, looking a little bit more assured. Though this form of the game where it's about ball and runs and stuff, you talk about batsman being assured after playing a defensive shot.
He looked very confident at a shortish delivery, and he just stood up and pushed it back to the bowler. Williams so far in 2 matches bowled 5.5 overs and had none for 41, and he will really want to turn things around in this game. It's on a hit.
Full delivery this time and struck in the air, but over the field at long off. They gone for 1 and they come back for 2. So almost like one could almost see a puff of dust, sand, almost like as we say in golf, a wedge shot, and just landing in one of those bunkers down there. And just almost running just about 3 feet after landing. But again, not a well-timed shot. It went pretty high and over the infield. But it's a pretty safe shot because there is no one actually on the boundary. Most of the players are inside the circle on the offside. So this time just feeling for that outside the off stump is Wildman.
Yeah, superb delivery, pitch, good line, good length. And Wildman looking to push on the offside there. And I think the reason why he's not going to get much power in the shot there, you could see that his body was pulling away and just looking for power, and was not able to get hold of that delivery that went over cover as you're looking to drive. But, good delivery by Williams.
Again, Wildman not really steady in the shot, getting behind it, but almost moving towards the leg side. We could almost see the movement towards square leg almost, and the ball in the end safely negotiated, and he survives.
Yeah, not willing to get too close or to get in line, but just staying back and just pushing the ball on the onside. Williams completed his third over. It's 20 for 1 after 6 overs. Williams 3 overs for 8, and Belfont 3 overs for 11. So we probably may see the first change. 6 overs gone, 20 for 1.
And of course the batsman just having a drink. Probably a message. Just we did see the player come out to the drink, just demonstrating to the batsman a bit. Maybe they need to get a little come forward a bit more and be more
but what should happen
positive in the play?
Yeah, what should happen, as they come out, would be a good thing to come in a little message. If you are going okay, they will keep going, or they obviously the coach would be looking and analyzing what happens from the pavilion, and be able to send a little message here and there just to encourage or to give some directives.
It's one thing to have wickets in hand, but at some point you got to get a move on.
The offside field continue to be pretty close, as we see these four fielders on the offside, backward point, cover extra, cover mid off.
And of course there is the mid wicket on the boundary, and this time by Antoine, much better delivery, which very much similar line and length to those which really he wasn't able to get bat on the previous over. This time probably just playing with a broader face of the bat, not looking to hit it too square and getting it just in front of point.
Yeah, well played. Short of a length delivery, and Antoine was on top of this one and really push it comfortably the square cover, and the fielder ATN having to move wrong to his right.
This is interesting. It was interesting. The bowler Belfont started coming in, and Wildman was just walking down the crease. And I don't know if he thought that he wasn't ready. He pulled up and he went back. So just a little bit of byplay maybe.
We have seen this before from Wildman, the tendency that make a few steps, down the wicket. But I just say it's much too early, because you put yourself in a position where you probably might only have one option based on delivery.
Get the attention of the captain, who pushed the fielder out there at the cover back. But this time it's not a bad shot. Pull it away on the onside. Peters is giving chase. He may pull it back. In fact, he pulls it into the boundary. He will be very disappointed. But good result, good boundary there for Wildman. Again, tugging it away on the onside. And Peters, a big man.
Not getting the timing, and he will struggle to get the timing as he would like, as you could see what happened there again. All the weight is really weight pulled to the body on the leg side, and
well, but with the momentum, couldn't get it to go backward. In fact, the ball just followed him.
Yeah, good effort by Peters. He ran and just was not able to pull it back. 4 more, 25 for 1. Wildman moves to 11 with that boundary.
This time, and really nothing short outside the off stump. Delivery was short and going away from the right hander.
Yeah, one would have thought that short enough to get back and probably play a more attacking shot. But just weave the bat of this one outside the off stump as it went past the wicket into the gloves of Milius.
Really a nothing shot. But,
25 for 1 in over number 7, St. John's. Looking for 145 for victory.
This time edging. But in the circumstances, outside edge like that is almost what we call the uneducated edge. There is no slip.
Yeah.
He just get it past the keeper. Unfortunately, he didn't quite get it out to the boundary.
Yeah, and I don't know if he intended to play there, but you could see him standing and just push a bat. And this is something that he tend to do all the time. Stand and just push a bat. It went fine, and probably with good running should have picked up 2 runs there.
Yes, should have. Known to be a little sluggish between the wicket. Full and so we have a piece of the bat just going there. This is one is pushed down to long on, and Peters came off the boundary to do the fielding. Just looking at the bat, may have done some damage. One saw something fly. Yes, being picked up now by the captain and just throwing it back towards him. So a piece of wood splinter did come off the bat. So another single. And sometimes you can say a good single. I mean, it was almost an in-swinging Yorker, which he played down towards long on, and again just looking to run that down to third man.
Yeah, I'm not sure he looked to run it to third man, but was looking to play a shot and just stopped. Good over. Belfont has now completed his spell of 4 overs, 1 maiden, 18 runs, 1 wicket. Interesting to see that he went on bowl his 4 overs straight. But I think St. Mark's would feel confident with the bowling attack that they do have. The likes of ATN and Mike and Orion to come to keep things very tight. After 8 overs, St. John's at 27 for 1.
Well, most of these players there, they would have played in more cricket in St. John than maybe any other parish, so they would have known. They know most of these players. Most of them are from Redmond, and Redmond normally plays a lot of cricket in St. John, so they're pretty well known, and they know the talent which is on show.
Yeah, good to see. Milias is really getting involved. A discussion with Micah there as a captain, so he obviously is playing an integral part in terms of the field placement and so forth. It's good to see that they have already developed that sort of dialogue. He would want to use most of his experience to help the team.
Yeah,
and it's really good to see.
From a St. John's standpoint too, we expect to that the Volcano player who is Larry Edward, who is with St. John, we expect him to take a much more leadership position in terms of managing things out there as the guy who is playing at a higher position and probably more experience than most of these guys.
Mike and Narayan outside the off stump wide and trying looking to beat the backward point there. Made no contact, and certainly he just had to get it past that backward point, and it would have rushed into the boundary for 4. He made no contact.
Of course, Crony, is always a good thing to have. They have the Volcano players back, and of course some of them being drafted to various teams. Of course, that would good catch, brilliant. Well, you can't get away. You will never get away by ATN with that. Delivery struck in the air and plucked out of the air by ATN at backward point, and Antoine goes.
Superb catch. My first thought it was gone over his head, but he really jumped and got both hands it and make it look so very easy. He plucked it out from the sky. Good catch. Etienne, we know the sort of player he is. All wrong. Brilliant feeler. Very good bowler. Pretty tight and hard hitting batsman. Antoine there, not keeping this one down. Probably not hitting high enough. But Etienne was able to pick up that catch at backward point.
So Larry Edward, you see him going out, and he'll be replacing. He will be replacing Antoine, and Etienne, who has always been Crony, a magnificent outfielder. Yeah, very quick in the outfield and very safe pair of hands. Certainly has put on some punks, but really haven't lost anything.
Yeah, and he's a very knowledgeable cricketer. He knows the game. He thinks. That's why I was a bit surprised the way he got out today. I was really surprised at the way that I see him got out today. He's that kind of player that could read the game and being able to make good decisions, good judgment. And he really took that catch very easily. It tells you something about the type of player he is, type of cricketer that he is.
So, Larry Edward has come out, not really known for to possess great batting skills, Crony, but I think we'll see how that go. Micah. Oh, side the off stump. Just feeling for that outside the off stump is Larry Edward.
Yeah, good delivery. Leaving the left-handed Edwards, who tried to play it somewhere down to a backward point, made no contact. But when you see him play at the higher level, and you would have seen that he at the Super 50 he had a couple good innings.
Yes,
that he played well, couple good innings.
Yes.
And with his experience, you would think that he should be in a position really to bat, really to help lead the team.
Yeah.
And he's coming in at number 4. Should also give him the confidence that it is that you can go and take charge.
Yes.
But he played that ball. He played. You could see the difference.
Yeah.
He was close to the ball. He was on top of it, and he played it smoothly out the cover.
One thing we can say, of course, about Mike Hanna, right? He's always going to be at you. He's always going to be there or thereabout.
Yeah.
Doesn't really does seem to just bowl. Hit the top of some most of the time.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think we have seen the best of Mike Narayan, like Williams.
Beautiful shot by Edward. That delivery on his toes, on his pads, and just flicked it off the toes, as you were saying, and just a different level being shown right away.
Yeah, good shot. He was in position, played it smoothly to that mid between mid wicket and pick up 2 runs. Confident start by Edwards, making a point that I don't think we have seen the best of Mike Narayan in terms of bowling so far. In 2 matches, he had 3 wickets for 37, which is good. But knowing his ability and what we have seen before, we haven't seen the best of him yet.
Well, I don't think he's as actively playing as the time to the game, so he's not he doesn't carry the form as when he was much younger. And I think as he always say, they need to do the things that he need to do for livelihood, you know.
And it speaks to his commitment.
Yeah.
Because as you said, we know that he's involved, work-wise, but yet at every game, you will find him there, and giving it his best.
Yes, indeed.
You know? So one have to still, commend these players for being able to come out and play. I think that what we are seeing in St. Mark's is, again, we have to give the council a lot of credit. The players have been coming out, and just in one thing I would want to add here, that the commitment of the teams over this tournament. Teams have been early, or before teams have been on the ground, and everybody's ready and prepared. This is a good sign going forward.
Yes, and we really haven't seen 8 men or 9 men on the field. Yes, and I think also one understands the profile of this tournament. And the players are well aware, and they are of course given a chance to showcase their talent to the world. So Gangadin has come into the attack. Very interesting to see how the St. John batsmen go against the slowy of Gangadin. Leg break, googly bowler.
He is going to give the ball a lot of air. That's one sure thing. You're going to toss it up. Good shot.
Wildman, who has been, in fact, Gangadin has done a lot of practice in Goa with it, so he has bowled quite a lot to Wildman. So Wildman should be quite confident and comfortable playing against him. Yeah.
You sure right that Wildman do have a problem with run. They really should have been 2 runs.
Yes, very sluggish between the wickets.
Yeah, and you ran the first one very slow. It's 30 for 2 in 9th over. Wildman goes to 13. Edward on 2. It's left-handed Edward.
Notice on screen, Crony, we're not seeing the bright shadows underneath the players. An indication that it's a little bit overcast. It's not very sunny and bright. And Edward pulling down towards backward of square, and a single was hard. So shot there by Gangadin, and Edward into the pull shot. It was probably not quite getting hold of it, because that one seemed to have been the googly going away from the left-hander.
Yeah, good thing that you were able to hit it down, because there was a feeler down.
Let's look again.
Square.
In fact, it was the leg break. And, didn't quite get hold of it. And,
you seen him ambling the first run. A little miss, a little juggle with that feeler on the mid-wicket boundary was enough time to come back for a second run. But you just need to take the first run rather quickly.
That stage of the game where there is an opportunity now that the slower bowlers is on, and the batsman looking a little bit more assured now. Edward gets a good one on the middle and off. You can't do much more with it than to play it up towards mid on where Whitish mid wicket. Etienne did the fielding.
Just 2 runs in the first over, bowled by 3 runs. Gangadine is 32 for 2. We had 9 completed overs with Dwight on, Wildman on 14 and Larry Edward on 3.
You say that maybe 10 and over from here is probably in this modern form of the game. It's always gettable, but of course, that has to be in the context of the team in pursuit of that.
Yeah, most definitely, Mike and Narayan in the second over. His first over is going for 2 runs. And Wildman really would want to step up the run rate. We are heading almost in the 10th over. It's 32 for 2.
He's cleaned him up. Again, and nothing short at delivery, just in line, maybe middle and off, shipping into the right hander with the natural angle. We look at it again. Delivery, yes, just on one middle and off. Oh yeah, delivery like that, just virtually miss a straight ball. As I said, Michael will always be bowling, just maybe hitting the top of off and just hit the top of leg. The one that went straight through the gap with Wildman, probably not really getting in line and playing the ball on merit. Yeah,
good delivery by Narayan, but again, as you said, Wildman was no in line trying to play that delivery. It came back in, and I hit probably between middle and leg stump. Good delivery by Narayan. But St. John's lose a 3rd wicket, 32 for 3. And St. Mark's continue to take control of this game.
So it's Granger. Yeah. Ronnie Granger, who has come out.
So Narayan picking up his 4th wicket of the tournament. And just to talk about wickets.
So, not a good one. Keeping a little bit lower than the previous delivery and having to push it out. There the batsman. Narayan might just look a little innocuous. He's not quick, but he has to be looked at. It was very straight, puts you under a lot of pressure as a batsman.
Yeah, moves the ball quite a bit. He's again one of the knowledgeable seam bowlers.
Let's bowl him again. A delivery on line, on target, and another batsman looking to play a delivery behind square, probably on the offside, when he should have been going playing it back to where the delivery came from.
Yeah, playing away. Let's see as ball comes in and just playing away a bit. Maybe looking to stay down, maybe the 3rd man to a backward point position, and they came back between pad and pad and went into the off stump. So another good blow struck, 32 for 4.
The minute is Simon making his way out to the middle, and things just beginning now, probably to the wheels coming off for St. John.
Ed was really hoping that someone is going to stand up with him. Isaiah Simon. Talking about wicket. In the tournament so far, Dennis George had 8 wickets from 3 matches. Javel St. Paul's 7 from 3. Daniel McDonald also had 7 wickets from 3 games. And Cyrus 6 wickets and Denoy Charles 5 wickets. So we have seen here in terms of the wicket takers, St. Patrick's doing pretty well with Dennis George and Denoy Charles. St. George's, Cyrus, and St. Paul, and we had McDonald from St. Andrews. Now 2 more wickets picked up by Micah Narain, so he now has 5 in the tournament as he prepares to bowl to Simon.
Again, just holding the head and delivery, bang and target again. One must know what to expect from Narain. You know he'll be at you. You know he'll be bowling virtually straight. Yeah.
And that's one of his assets. He keeps straight at you. He don't give you much room, right? He would be there off stump, just about there, but he keep coming at you.
Driven up on the offside, there is no run. So, double successful over for Micah in this. Micah?
Yeah, a maiden over, picking up 2 wickets. Now, two overs. He picked up 3 for 2. St. John's 32 for 4. Again, remembering that they are looking to get to 145 for victory. Stephen Francis was caught by Mark, bowled by Belfont for 3. Anthony Antoine caught Etienne, bowled by Narain for 9. Dwight Wildman bowled Narain 14. And Edward not out on 3. Granger bowled by Narain for naught. And Simon, who was just faced one delivery.
And Edward pulls and pulls long and pulls well, and he gone over the boundary, the first 6 of the game. And Gangadin just been a little bit short and given the treatment by Edward.
Yeah, deservedly short delivery, and Edwards give full treatment, hit it over mid wicket for 6.
So here's Gangadin again to Edward. This time wide will be signal, yes. We're just looking to lower him down the track and pushing it a little bit wide. These days bowlers are work these things out with keeper, bowl it deliberately wide. And smash down into the offside, and he will come back for the second quite easily. You can see the difference in the running.
Yeah, good shot again by Edwards. He came back and just picked that gap between the long off and the cover on the boundary and picked up 2 runs. So he score moved to 11. It's 41.
Again he goes, and this time he wouldn't reach the boundary. Has a good bit of fielding on the boundary, and again they come back for the second. So good cricket all around. Yeah,
good running by this pair. This one give him some more air, and Edwards not getting hold, pulling it around a bit as he hit it down to long on. Wide long on, and Fila having to run around. He was able to pick up 2 runs, but 2 runs he picked up because of good running. Able to pick up 2 more. So Edwards 13, it's 43 for 4. Some positive cricket in this over.
Yeah, just 43 for 4, still in excess of 100 needed. It would be good if St. John can make it competitive, really. Put St. Mark under some pressure.
Yeah.
And with that you see Etienne right in that area where the ball was struck on 2 occasions. And this time he down the track and opening the face of the bat and getting probably another couple as Williams chases it out towards the boundary. Maybe just about 3/4 away to the boundary and gives the batsman time to get 2. So a little move on by St. John.
Yeah, good over so far. Some 12 runs in this over.
Short again, and this time put away again, down behind square. This time almost in front, behind square on the onside, and Gangadin a little too short, just losing the plot. And this occasion, in fact, Edward is really playing well, using the crease, the depth of the crease also. Look at it going right back and pulling away down behind square on the onside. Yeah.
Yeah, sensibly batted by Edwards. Really using the width of the crease, as you said, the short, and he hit it down to backward square. The feeler on the boundary is pretty square, so there was no danger there, as that one went backward square down to the boundary for 4.
Edward is probably picking him. 'Cause we haven't seen the googly yet. No. Again on the leg side and two. So maybe a little panic by St. Mark. As a result of that, they had 4 boundary riders from square to street to log out for Edward, and afford them the opportunity of Edward having a rather easy single in the final ball of the over. And probably what they would have preferred probably was to keep Simon on strike or just come in.
Yeah. St. John's 50 for 4 in 69 minutes. Edwards good over for St. John. Edwards taking full advantage, hitting a 6 and a 4 and still picking up 21 runs. So have been 14, just about 20 runs in the over. Have been a good over for St. John's. Gangadine bowled 2 overs for 21. Narayan was 3 for 2. Will continue. A pretty expensive over by Narayan.
Yeah, well, most of the other bowlers have been relatively tight, so I think Narayan, Gangadin would have been the one probably who you would want to target. He was probably just doesn't have the control of the others.
So the left-handed Edwards, who is on 20, face Micah Narayan.
Oh, and in the air. But safe, he didn't get hold of it, and probably as well he didn't. We're looking to pull it, and probably ball may have been onto him a little quicker.
Yeah, being rushed there a bit, looking to play that pull shot, short of a length ball. 51 for 4. And you see Edwards there just calling down Simon and really go be encouraging him and give him some direction.
Something to look at is the fact that unlike Edward, unlike Wildman, who was not so very still at the crease, he had remained very still on most occasions. And Simon getting one again on target and just playing it out on the onside. I think they need to be too extravagant against Micah. Maybe.
But no, Nike, we still have ATN to come on.
Yes,
which
and
could be.
he'll be difficult. Yeah. Gain is one who really put batsmen under tremendous pressure by the lengths and lines he bowled.
Justin, we do have for doubleheader being today. We have a next big game this afternoon. St. Andrews and St. Patrick's again neighbours.
Yeah, derby again. Another derby.
We do expect this one to really to be competitive. One expect that people like Devon Smith should be playing. So we expect that this game this afternoon again will be another competitive game.
Really has this, and he's out like before. He took some time. In fact, the ball, we'll have a look at it. Initially, you thought that it may have been just sliding down the leg side, but the umpire had different ideas, and Simon has to go.
Simon indicating that you would have played that ball, but
it's been very close to the bat. It's very difficult to tell, and probably close one.
Yeah, he's struck in front. He's struck in front for sure, you know.
Well, look at the angle.
Just indicate.
I still believe the ball may have been sliding. Look at the angle of delivery. He's pretty wide off the crease, and ball slanting in.
Umpires just having a little discussion there.
And going down, may have just gotten a little bat onto it, maybe a little feather onto it, but he has to go. The umpire says he's out, so he's out.
Yeah, look very, very disappointed.
Yes, the ball was very close to the bat for that reason. But batsmen always tend to feel when they're given out in that way that your reaction is almost that they would have gotten something on it. Yeah, but it was a brave decision because the ball was tailing in and was seemed to hit probably more the outer portion of the pad. But again, they are in the best position.
They're in the best position. I mean, I think a decision like that obviously would have had to be referred.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Indeed.
So St. John lost their 5th wicket.
Because
The wicket of Simon LBW Bull Narayan was picked up his 4th wicket. 51 for 5. Narayan in his 3rd over. One imagine that he would probably go right through.
so,
Ramnath
he was
now
come out.
replaces Narayan.
So once again, Micah Narayan is wreaking havoc here. Doing so by keeping it simple. Driven well by Ramnath. Delivery just slightly overpitched by Micah. One of the few deliveries we've seen him overpitch around the off stump.
Yeah, and well played by Ramnath. He drove it smoothly, just past the cover fielder's right hand and pick up a single. One thought maybe they should have been looking for 2, but I think Edward will want to take most of the strike at 52 for 5. Larry Edwards on 21. And for Edwards, long on mid wicket. Long leg, square leg on the boundary. Lovely shot by Edward. He's straight down to 3rd man, and we've seen a different level in terms of Edward playing. Seem to be more fluent as we come to the end of another over. 53 for 5 over number 12. Yeah, we are seeing Edwards, just seem to up the level a bit in terms of his playing. We look at the way the other batsmen played and look at Edward, and definitely he's a cut above.
Yes, and maybe for the profile of the tournament, it's good to have these players. But it's one pity though, Crony, that probably the bidding process wasn't actually one designed to look at strengths and weaknesses of team and determine what input. Some teams probably would have done much better. For instance, St. John, who's batting is suspect, probably one would have looked to have them strengthened with a batsman of higher profile. Of course, this would have, because of the bidding process, would have gone to teams who are in a much better position in that when it comes to that. It's just something for consideration.
Yeah, I think going forward, we probably will have to look at that. At least you want to make sure that your games are competitive all around. We had we had a situation where Teddy Bishop would have left St. David's and gone over to St. Andrews. And that's the option, that's the freedom that the players have. So you want it to be at a level competitive right around.
Yes.
So it's something I think that should be encouraged.
Yes.
And we probably could look at going forward.
Yeah. That was a beautifully played shot. This little lap shot, just coming in, going across the off stump in the modern style, and Etienne, I haven't probably seen that too much in this competition. Players playing that way against him.
Yeah, good improvised shot by Edward.
He's on 24. Etienne is a rather miser bowler. Probably wouldn't like that too much. And a slow ball, maybe just slowing it up a bit.
Yeah, given a lot of AD and Edward, looking for the drive, but realized that it was slow. They just push it out on the offside. So good thinking. Good cricket by both players.
This time not hard into the ground. We're pulling away and looking to crash it through the offside. Not probably getting the pace to work with from Etienne. Who sometimes do that it in, but certainly just slowed it up a bit. Once again, very interesting feel on the onside. And again, scrambling down on the boundary. They coming back for the second. They has to hurry, and the player are looking for the double play almost, looking to run Edward out, and which is the proper thing to do. It was a pretty tight single in the end, but they got through for two. Good running though.
Yeah, good running. A good shot by Edward as he really stroked this one through mid on. Hit it firmly.
Yeah.
The fielder on the boundary. Yeah, coming around, having a little difficulty there.
Yeah, so.
But was able to save the boundary.
And of course, wide expanse of space out on the offside. What a strange field, Crony. Probably looking to defend boundaries, and one who think that St. John, who is not known to be a boundary hitting team, probably would want to keep more players inside the circle and prevent those easy singles.
Yeah, end of the over there. One thought there should have been 2 runs here, but end of the over, Edward would want to continue to take the strike. It's 58 for 5. And Edward moves to 27.
87 for win. 87 to win. So just a.
Narayan is going to bowl his final over. Now it's Williams now back. So he just decided to hold back one. Ronald Williams.
Lovely shot of the back. We've seen one of the kites just with Easter close by. Lovely shot of the Dabo Hills shown to us.
Yeah. National Stadium looks a picture.
Yes, kites making the usual dance just in the back of us. Of course, one of the things that are so synonymous with Easter.
Yep, just look at the cloudy side.
Yes,
as you look at.
It's a little bit overcast. As we were saying earlier, we haven't really seen the shadows of the players, and that's the reason. Edward playing away on the onside.
I just seem to be intent, probably make us mind that he's going to take most of the strike. As he did turn down two runs in that last delivery.
Yes.
And he played this one to mid wicket.
Of course, he has to take more of the strike. He's the premier batsman on the team, and one who is equipped to deal with most of the bowling. Again, similar situation on the onside. There is always one there. I think that's the reason to get him off strike.
Yeah, just give an opportunity to pick up a single.
Yeah, but any shot that is properly weighted, anything close to the umpire, they can easily have 2. So we'll see how Larry plays it. Oh, top edge, and he might be that is going away from him. Would he take? Oh, magnificent catch! Well, that was a beauty. Edward looking to turn on the onside, and the ball coming off the top edge, the leading edge it seemed. And that was an amazing catch as we look at it. And yes, looking to play on the onside, and the ball would have been going over the shoulder. And is that Williams running back on? Almost going past it at one point, and being able to make the adjustment and catch it. So a beautiful catch, very good catch.
Yeah, top catch, a superb catch by Williams. He had to run back. He ran around it and really got himself in good position and took a splendid catch. And it had to be a good catch to get rid of Edward, who was batting well. He's trying to take most of the attack, and as you go to turn that ball, just took the high up on the bat, went high over what would have been a third man position, and William coming up with a very good catch. St. John's losing the 6 wickets, 58 for 6. Edward going for 27, and Williams picking up his first wicket.
Yeah, so it could well be the end of the resistance.
So Edward was caught
by Mark.
By Mark.
Mark it was, yes, on the
bowled by Williams.
Yeah, Williams, yeah.
By 27.
Yes. So Ramnath is on strike as the batsman crossed while the ball was in the air. It really went high. It stood airborne for a long time. Yeah. And good shot again by Ramnath, just tearing it down towards the fielder on the third man boundary. Gets an easy single. Could have been the Pongs may have just done Edward Crooney. It was a pretty well pitched up delivery. And so Oski Barry is out there. And he will be taking strike from Williams. As I said, these players know each other so very well. Outside the off stump, and Oski missing, the ball going through to be taken by the wicket keeper Milius, who has been neat for the most part.
59 for 6, 14th over. So St. Mark's has really taken control of this game.
Yeah, they bossed the game, so to speak. Down the leg side, and it will be a leg by. Will be signaled by the umpire. Indeed, it is a leg by, and it is another extra. Probably St. John would have wished extra may have done a little better. It's been really fairly tidy, St. Mark. This brings Ramnath back on strike. So another over has gone.
End of the 14th over. It's 60 for 6. St. John's endeavoring to get to 145. So you see William picking up his first wicket. So he has so far bowled 4 overs, no maiden, 9 runs, 1 wicket. And ATN who will continue from this northern end. As we see outside, just on a little bit on the heavy side.
It's been a little bit overcast for a while. No shadows being early cast by the players. Again, you see just some dark cloud just on the screen to the left of screen. The right. This should be the right of screen. No, the left of screen. Yeah, but I don't think we're in danger of at the moment, for that matter, of rain. It's just that it has been a little bit overcast. Maybe the players will probably enjoy the conditions out there. It's not very hot and steamy. So another play and a miss by Barry. DTN comes into Barry this time. Oh boy, been very, very late. Maybe a mixture of bat and pad.
Yeah, looking to run it down to third man. Probably just from the bat into the pad and just roll out a short third man position.
Couldn't be later, or else he'd have been absent.
AT&D just slowing it up a bit, not giving it a layer, not trying to bowl too fast. If it's one thing I do believe that some of our spinners are guilty of, not giving the ball enough air. But you can see ATN using quite a bit of variation, tossing it up and then pushing through the faster one.
In the batsman making a concerted effort to use the bat, get the bat out in front of the pad. Of course, it's so important these days, Cuny, that you use the pad very much less. You're at so much danger now once you're struck on the pad. Batsmen are encouraged to use the bat in front of the pad.
We just seen the first guy just in over the grounds. I see.
Yes.
A 15th over is completed. A very quick over ball by ATN. It's 60 for 6, and St. Mark's continues to tighten the grip on this game. Ramnath is on 2. Barry not hit off the mark. 15 overs completed. St. John's are 60 for 6 as we seen a change in that southern end. because Narayan going to pick it up.
Yes.
Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, Sunil. Yeah.
See, Son just trying to break through a bit.
Okay. So Sunil Narayan, who had a pretty a good knock, I think he would really have enjoyed that. He haven't had the best of tournament so far, and one who a lot is expected of the young cricketer.
Yeah, he has shown tremendous ability. He has represented Grenada at the under 19 level, so does have some experience. Knows what it is to play at the Windward's level. And he should feel confident. The fact that he got 49. He didn't start that well, but really ended well in terms of playing some good shots.
Driven and probably a chance there.
Let's look at the running.
Yeah, going forward.
Yeah,
They won't come back for the second. Not with Oski, and I think.
Yeah, just jogging there.
Not very quick, Oski Barry. But maybe a possible chance there at short extra cover by Gangadin, who is there, or Williams.
Okay,
yes. Tucked into the onside, and a singer again. The ball going right down almost towards the boundary. Yes. Fuck it is Williams in the extra cover. Yeah, Gangadin has filled it down on the boundary. They look so much alike in terms of size. I'm not looking to hike it away on the onside. There's an appeal for a stumping. The umpire remaining on move.
Yeah, just looking to hit across that ball. He probably should have gone straighter. Put a hit that delivery straight. Just had to be careful. Trying not to hit across the line of the ball.
Few attempts to pick the ball up, almost like if he just didn't want to go back in the groove. Yes, just losing his shape there a bit, and a quick bit of stumping by Milios, but he was grounded. So had something behind the crease. Sema no ball. Well, a cardinal sin. No, being signaled there by the umpire, so it will be a free hit, and chance for Ramnath to maybe throw everything at it. And he does, and it goes in the air, and it falls safe. He'll be chased out towards the deep extra cover boundary, and he gets two. And there's 3 hits now, and bowlers now beginning to devise ways and means of bowling the free hits, bowling that extra delivery with minimum damage.
Yeah, I think importantly you want to give the batsman just few options.
Another one over
one
the
option.
offside. That delivery again going down towards the deep extra cover, and another 2 to Ramnath.
That completes the over. Sunil Narayan forced over. He went for 7 runs. St. John's at 67 for 6. We had 16 overs completed. We had Ramnath on 7 and Oscar Barry on 1. We just 4 overs to go. Really, I think it's fair to say that St. Mark's is in full control of this game.
Yes, I mean, almost 20 runs and over. We could expect these batsmen to overhaul that. Victory will certainly push St. Mark chances. They need to win at most, probably, if not all, the games from here on.
Yeah, well, when we look at, you probably look at what has happened so far. St. John's, St. Mark's played 2 matches. They lost. They will have to win. They will win this game. Probably have to win the next game. They have 2 more games after this. Would want to win all the games. So St. George's, St. Andrews seem to be comfortably placed. They both have three. St. George's had 3 from 3. I think sitting well. They're on 12 points. St. David, St. Andrews on 8 points.
Good work by Gangadin out on the deep extra cover boundary. And it's them 2-2. So 2-2 Barry. 2-2. That was Ramnat.
Ramnat.
Yes, that was 2-2 Ramnat. And series 18 again. And beaten outside the off and probably, let's see, the umpire says not out again. Just been dragged a little bit, but still within the crease. And the umpire says not out. So let's have a look at that again. And here is the delivery, which is just on about off some believe in him. And with technology, one would have has to have a better look whether the foot was in the air.
Yeah,
the foot did seem to drag across.
Just seemingly, foot just seemed to get back there.
Yeah.
But you know the naked eyes, and if you go for a review, probably could always see something different.
Yeah.
But good flighted delivery by Etienne.
This time much quicker, and Ramnat couldn't get back on that. But that's what Etienne will bring. Maybe one previously well flighted and then the other one darted in.
So it's 68 for 6. Just one ball in the 17th over. Just continue the point standing. St. Patrick's is 4 points from 3 games.
And down the track this time and will gone. So simple, easy this time. Ramnat just couldn't hold himself back. Coming down the track and having a swing. And Milius really a little bit untidy, Crooney. Just knocking the stumps over almost, not in the traditional way of just picking the bails off. Really did, yeah. Rush it across. Nowadays we see a lot of these keepers not necessarily just picking the bail, but almost destroying the entire woodwork.
So 7th wicket, St. John's, 68 for 7. Etienne picking up his first wicket.
This brings Alex to the crease.
Pretty close to the end here.
Yeah.
St. Mark's, St. John's batting once again showed up, not really making that sort of impact.
So Blackett is out there, see what he can do. So Alex Blackett and of course Husky Barry, 2 of the players who are from the more northerly part of St. John, or I have to say maybe the disputed territory of St. John. Maran area, Blackett from the Maran area, and of course Barry from St. Mark. Maran Crooney is always electoral boundary. He votes in St. Mark, but it's part of St. John. Don't know if you was aware of that.
No, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, so
I always felt it's integral part of St. John's.
yes, it's almost we have to call it the
boundary.
yes, and it's neither here nor there. It's here, and then at election time it's there because it's Maran St. John, but electorally it's St. Mark. Yeah. So I think it's one of the few areas where where we have it's different. The parish boundary is different to the electoral boundary. It's one of the few parishes, few villages, in fact, within parishes that we have that scenario. So
it's one of the areas was a sporting community, was very vibrant in terms of sports in St. John's. What happened to them?
Yes, it's in fact a lot of the cricketers, former cricketers in St. John would have come from Maran. It's like how you call them? I don't want to say Indian community, but they're very much that. And they had a really well knitted society, and they used to have you know sometimes more than one team out of Maran.
Yeah.
Yeah, and still have a lovely playing field. The field is still there, but again, I think things are organized in the same way, and the interest, the cricketing interest trouble. He is not all says the umpire, but that would have been very close. That would have been very close. Mark again, it is coming in from close in, and sending the return. Well, all's well and well. Let's look at that, Crony. Underarm return, really close. Again, it's difficult for the umpire to give this. Just cannot be too certain. Batsman lost the bat, and looking at it again, maybe. Well,
It's 71 for 7. 18 overs completed. St. Mark just tightening the grip on this game. Blackett on 1 and Oscar Barry's on 4. ATN bowling his final over, which would be the 19th over.
so
And he's bowling to Barry. Stroked this one nicely down to long on and picks up an easy single.
yeah, it's a run and a half. No, at this stage of the game, one aspect, been looking for 2 at this stage, but it's almost a lost cause already.
Yeah, foregone conclusion.
Yeah. And another quick single by the batsman. So the score goes on to 1. It's still important to keep the scoreboard ticking, to look to pick up the runs if on offer. Struck in the air, but just dropped over the infield. They're going for 1 and they're going back for the second. They has to hurry. It will have maybe required a direct hit there to really create that a run out.
Yeah, and I don't think when they took the first one they expected to come back for a second one.
Definitely. Yeah. And Marco has really been probably the fielder of the day for St. Mark. He's really had a lot of work to do on that long on boundary. That's Mark. So I'm giving some air and just played late out behind square on the offside. And Blackett looking for a single of the midfield, but remember, Taylor never run for a midfield. Of course, you can run. More often than not, it will end up in disaster. It has ended up in disaster. Lots of effort there. A cut shot by Barry and not making contact. So just one to go.
Yeah, after 19 overs, it's 75 for 7. Blackett on 2 and Barry on 7. As ATN with a bowl is 4 overs, picked up 1 for 10. St. John's 7 for 75. The last over will be bowled by Mike and Narayan, who has so far picked up some 4 wickets. So St. John's will put some points on the table after this game, and we'll be looking to do well in the remaining 2 games.
I think St. John can probably boast that St. Mark couldn't bowl them out. That's close. And been living some charm life, Blackett, since he come. And well, I say not out. They'll be probably looking to may just have been sliding down the leg side. And similarly, maybe a little bit more adjacent than Simon. So
Yeah,
Simon
the angle definitely will take it down. Seemingly will take it down the leg side.
Yeah, because this one looks
Yes.
even straighter than Simon. So Simon probably had a reason to be aggrieved.
It depends on how far forward the batsman is hit.
Because I really did think that Simon could have been felt a little aggrieved. This one was even straighter. But again, we're looking on the screen and sometimes it's even difficult for us to make a determination.
I think by and large, I think they have been making some good decisions generally.
Yeah, generally,
I mean,
it's been very good.
And we can speak about that over the last 50 over tournament we had and coming into this tournament.
Yeah. And you know, the thing is, when you have a bowler, for instance, like Micah, who barely ever sway from the line, more often than not, when you're struck, you're either very close to LBW or LBW. Most of the deliveries are not actually going over the top of the stump either. There he is again. This time, again, struck on the pad and again leaving that charm line. Maybe if he had hit, maybe he would have been gone.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see this one. Looks pretty close.
Here you go again. Delivery again. Yeah, maybe just santing and shit, but may have gone on to hit leg stump.
Yeah, I think the angle he just need to pitch it. I think more closer to off stump.
Yeah. So this is the angle I was talking about in the dismissal. This time a slower delivery, and Alex probably just saying to himself, well, if I come out 3 not out, that boosts my average. Yeah.
So we have just a final delivery as Narayan just pushing a square leg right back on the boundary.
I thought you were saying the final rights, but that right started from the start of the innings.
So that completes the over. The 20th over, St. Mark's ended on 77 for 7. So quite a comprehensive victory for St. Mark's. St. John's ended 77 for 7.
Yes, in fact, just about half the runs they were after. Yeah, 154 was the St. John's
145.
145. Yeah, so just making a little bit more than half what the required total, and of course the distinction of not being bowled out.
So just to give you an update, just about 77, St. John's winning quite easily, overhauling, losing St. Mark's, taking up 4 points in this game. As we look at just a scorecard, Francis was caught by Mark, bowled by Belfont for 3. Antoine, he was caught. Etienne, bowled Narayan for 9. Wildman, bowled by Narayan for 14. Edward, caught by Mark, bowled by Williams for 27. Granger, bowled Narayan's not. Isaiah Simon, LBW Narayan, no score. Alvin Ramnot, he was stumped by Milius, bowled 18 for 7. Oscar Barry not out 8. Alex Blackett not out 3. Belfont 4 overs, 1 maiden, 18 runs, 1 wicket. Williams 4 overs, no maiden, 9 runs, 1 wicket. Micah Narayan 4 overs, 1 maiden, 7 runs, 4 wickets. Coven Gangadin 2 overs, no maiden, 21 runs, no wicket. Ronald Etienne 4 overs, 1 maiden, 10 runs, 1 wicket. Sulan Narayan 2 overs, no maiden, 10 runs, and he didn't take a wicket. The St. John's in 77 for 7 after 20 overs.
Yes, and of course the strike rate of the batsman tell you, except Larry Edward, none of them was able to strike close to 100. Edward 122.7 strike rate. So that was it, and that is basically the situation here. As there should be a presentation, of course, the normal captain's interview, which will be had in a few seconds.
Yeah, St. Mark's winning convincingly by 67 runs. And just looking back at the game this morning, Justin, St. Mark's winning the toss and St. John's winning the toss and deciding to field. And I thought it was a good decision. When you look at the wicket, you're going to see as, tendency that the open bowlers, if I were going to get something out of it. I think they did started off well. Although one could look at probably at the strategy, but I think they did start off pretty well. And the batting of Narayan, I think, really add to what St. Mark's certainly would have done this morning, scoring 49. And we had the bowling of the St. John's team. We saw that Taylor were looking impressive when he started picking up two important wickets. But again, St. Mark's would have bowled well. Micah Narayan, who I think probably is the man of the match, having picked up 4 for 7, and also I think played well importantly in that stand with Sunil Narayan. That would have turned things around when they would have just avoid 60 for 4. So all in all, I think St. Mark's certainly would have played the better game, would have played over St. John's, and really deserve the victory they had.
Yes, indeed, they deserve it, and as we stand by to go down for the interview.
St. John's versus St. Mark, the derby of the West Coast. Comprehensive victory to the lads from St. Mark. We have with us here at the presentation ceremony the two captains, Michael Narayan and Anthony Antoine. First of all, we're going to present the player of the match, and for his 23 in an important partnership with his nephew Sunil Narayan, which helps post 144, and his 4 for 7 with the ball. The player of the match for today, Michael Narayan, will receive his award from Andy Noel. All right, so first we're going to have a few words with Anthony Antoine, the captain finishing on the losing end today. Anthony Antoine, another match, another victory. Y'all guys didn't deliver today.
No, definitely we didn't deliver, but what I think we have had improvements in terms of our bowling. However, the feeling we had about almost 8 drop catches, so I think we need to work on that. However, there's some positive that we can take out of the game today. In terms of the bowling, we had some great overs through the middle, which we have struggled to put together. I think the batting team had capitalized. They got the chances and they take it. So one of the things we need to do is work on that. Again, the batting, we did a little positive today because at least we didn't get bowled out. But we come back here with it tomorrow with a much better game, definitely.
All right, as you said, tomorrow coming up against St. David, certainly we want to put in a better effort in terms of all-round cricket.
Yeah, definitely. The toss is going to be crucial for us tomorrow. I think once we win the toss, we're going to have a different change of heart in terms of how we progress through the last 3 games, and it's something to look forward to.
All right, well, Tony, once again, commiserations and all the best for tomorrow and the rest of the tournament.
All right, thanks, man. Take care.
All right, we'll now turn to Micah Narayan. Micah, first of all, congratulations. You guys off the mark with a victory. It has been one long in coming, certainly a rewarding victory today.
First of all, I want to thank the Almighty for giving us the strength for we to come here to play this game, and thank you very much.
All right, you got off to a fast start to the bat, but you've lost quite a few wickets, depending on a big partnership between yourself and Sunil in the middle to help post 144. Must have been enjoyable batting with Sunil.
Of course, man. We've been batting for the last 5-6 years. So now I just keep on talking to him and say, you're a young lad, you got to go there and show yourself that you're the talent you have. And I keep talking to him and make sure that he stay right to the end.
All right, the score was your high score for the tournament, and once you have told us earlier on, once you get this sort of score, it's all going to be easier for your bowlers. And the bowlers led by you with 4 for 7 have delivered today.
Of course, as I told you in the beginning of the competition, now as my batters give me 130, 150, there is no team in this competition would make them under my bowling.
All right, good victory today. Quick turnaround tomorrow. Another important encounter coming up against St. George's tomorrow morning. Guys, ready for that encounter?
Of course. I mean, when you want a victory, you win one after you're losing 2, and you have to play a game next day. I mean, we come out here on a high and see if that we can come out victorious once more again. All
right, so that was Micah Narayan, the victorious captain. So, Micah, congratulations to you and all the best to the rest of the tournament.
Thanks.
All right, so that's all of it from the presentation ceremony, where we've had some words from the captains and victorious St. Mark's. They're confident of their prospects in heading on to the rest of the tournament.
Kerry, the news is St. Mark's just defeated St. John's by 67 runs. They have now got the first points on the board, and did have a good victory today, bowling well, and the man of the match, the Micah Narayan, just indication that they desire winning today. They're going to move forward, even to do the same thing against St. George's tomorrow. So once again, we thank you for being with us. We are just about next 40 minutes away from a second game for today. A very important game between St. Andrews and St. Patrick's that is scheduled to start just around the 1:30 hour. Once again, thank you for being with us, and we look forward for you to join us later on as we prepare for the second game between St. Andrews and St. Patrick's.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game.
Now you love Super 6 even more. With more money.
To the jackpot galore. Play more, win more, have more fun. With more jackpot money,
Super 6 is my number one.
with the new and improved Super 6 game, the jackpot keep growing and growing.
I'm growing.
More jackpot money, more reasons to play this game. More money for way. Super 6 a bigger jackpot game. Super 6, bigger jackpots, more chances to win.
Holy Natural Spring Water is a water for every occasion on the field of sports, at your workplace. Just open the bottle and savor the pure, refreshing taste. Holy Natural Spring Water is produced in Mama Can St. Andrews and is available in all sizes nationwide. To order, telephone 444-7654 or 533-7654. Holy Natural Spring Water, Grenada's purest bottled water.